Good evening, everybody. And for those of you that were hanging out with us on some of the other channels, we do apologize. We had a slight little technical issue that would not allow us to go live on one of our channels. We are definitely, yes, Justin, we are live on everything. Yeah. We are definitely live. We're over here, guys, and we're ready to do this Black Friday show. Now, we are starting about 12 minutes past our start time. And for those of you that were with us on the other channel, we do apologize. Things happen. We have to correct for those. But we're here. We're ready to have fun. Now, I do want to thank everybody that was with us on this morning show. You guys made that morning show really, really great. And you also did something that I didn't expect to happen that quick. You sold out of the free gifts. So, there are no more free gifts on that BOGO. That is now gone. With that being said, though, I want to mention a few things. You guys see that top banner right there? See that top banner? It says best price guaranteed. That means if you guys purchase something tonight or through the next few days, and you find it cheaper a few days later, between November 6th till December 2nd, they guarantee the price. You guys can reach out to customer service to get that service credit refunded, which is kind of cool. I love that Jackery did that for you. That's something they haven't done in a while, or haven't done that I know of for you guys, but they're doing that for you during these shows, and that's really kind of cool. Another piece is you guys can actually... Oh, Mr. Dragon Blogger, hello! I do apologize, guys, for everybody on the Dragon Blogger side. The chat is way down here. I can't really see it. For the rest of you, if you see that 5% off code banner, the Black Friday Live 1500, if you spend over $1,500, you will get 5% off on, of course, those products, which is kind of cool. Second, you guys will see that banner down at the bottom spinning around. You'll see the 1000 V2 for $349 tonight. You'll also see the 1000 V2 and 200 watt solar panel for a beautiful 600 and some odd bucks. Missed the banner. The banner disappeared on me really quick, like $6.99, I think it was technically. You'll also see the E2000 V2 for $791 tonight. That's a 53% savings, which is just phenomenal. Now I'm going to say that again, phenomenal. Now with that, of course, guys, if you see any other applicational coupons and stuff, always click apply the discount on the product page to do that. For all of you, the rest of you that are just joining in and watching the show with us, don't forget to hit that follow button because it costs you guys nothing to follow us. It also costs you nothing to hit that live notification button to know when we're going live. So, like I was asking beforehand, did anybody pick up anything so far? I know there's a lot of Black Friday deals going on, and I've been staring at all of them and Googling my eyes out a bunch. There's one item I see that Jackery actually makes that I was intrigued on. So, kind of cool. Now, with that, guys, we're going to start this show off. We're going to start it off with some products that you may not realize you may need. Now, all of these products will come with a cable kit to make sure that you can charge it and run those devices, which is actually kind of cool. I love that. Now, with it, we're going to start off with the 100 Plus Power Station, which is a small one, but very mighty in its own right. This is the 100 Plus Power Station, 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps, which is kind of cool. I don't know what that is. You guys are seeing something I don't see. I don't see chat. So if you guys are seeing chat, I don't see chat. I do apologize for the rest of you. That's kind of cool, though. I don't see it. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I didn't realize we were doing that over there as well. So, hey, Instagram world. How you doing? All right, let's get into this. I'm going to actually drop that off. I'm going to pull up something else real quick because I do know if I don't have this other page, I'm going to miss a few things and foremost, and I don't want to miss those. So, let me grab this other page I need up real quick for that. All right, there we go. 100 Plus Power Station, guys, $89. This is actually a really cool 2-pound package. Now, this 2-pound package is TSA approved, so you can take it in past a checkpoint for airplanes. Since it's TSA approved, it means it can go on an airplane for you, with you. Now, the cool part is 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps of power. That means you guys can actually charge, let's say, a notebook, laptop, run a PlayStation, charge your phones. It's going to take under 2 hours to fully charge this device. It does come with a 100-watt pass-through cable, USB-C to USB-C. It is in this beautiful orange. You guys will see that it is actually stretched out really weird, and that's because that's how I use it, nice and short. I don't need it long when I'm using it. Now on the device itself, it has 2 USB-C ports, 100-watt pass-through ports, which is beautiful. Now that's an in and out port, so you can actually charge it that way or charge out that way. You also have an 18-watt USB-A port over there as well, which is kind of cool. Now, I'm going to show you guys something kind of cool, something that I was thinking, why not show you guys some things that you guys can charge up with it, right? So the 100 Plus can actually charge like multiple DSLR batteries. If you guys have a multi-charger like this one that I use, you guys can charge those off of that. Maybe you want to charge like your Olight flashlight. You guys can do that as well. This is actually a really perfect little unit for other pieces like I was trying to say. Maybe you want to charge a tablet, like your Fire tablet. So let's grab a Fire tablet, let's plug it in, and let's show you guys what you guys can do. So literally plug it in. Once it's plugged in, it's going to start charging. Now the funny thing is this tablet is now about to power up, right? So it's saying Amazon right there for you guys. So it's going to fire up and then start running. This tablet is not charged. I'm just going there. And that's why it's actually starting up and it's actually taking a charge and running. Cool part is when you come over here, you guys can see on the screen, the actual voltage in the charge is taking about 15 watts of power. It says about 49%. We're now up there, we're running. It actually has 43% charge, which I was actually quite surprised. That's actually kind of cool. Now, Mrs. Dragonblogger says it's going to be good for arts and crafts. So she's talking like maybe a solder gun, maybe a little Dremel or something that takes a USB-C port. Another cool idea would be like your AOC Ace Magic laptop. Now, this is actually a really nice laptop. This laptop does take a USB-C port to actually charge it. You'll literally just plug it into the USB-C port, and you're up and charging just like that. And you guys will see, hopefully you guys can see the light come on. So the light did come on with this right there. So that's what you guys can use this to do. It's going to be great for that. So like the tablet would be good for like your kids and car rides. The laptop, of course, for the adults alike. $89 by itself. But you guys can also pair it with, let's say, the Mini 40 solar panel, which is a good little panel. This package is perfect for those people on the go. Maybe you want to spend the day at the beach. Maybe you want to spend the day camping. Maybe you want to go out hiking, but you want to make sure you have enough power. Put this together and you have a nice little package. Now this is actually notebook size, will fit in a backpack or your very large purse. Some people carry them big old purses because they carry a lot of stuff. This would be a great option. Now, 5 pounds total weight between the bowl, which is kind of cool. This little solar panel is fully waterproof, water resistant for harsh and wet weather. IP68 rating. Now, it is a monocrystalline solar cell. It has a magnetic clasp that holds it shut. When you pop it open, you're going to be greeted with, of course, those cells, and then you're going to be greeted with the panels. Now, you guys have probably seen the light glare off that, and that's why I'm actually kind of hot, because there's a lot of lights on. This is going to do well. I mean, if you guys are out suntanning, I mean, Mrs. Dragonblogger likes the suntan, so just set it up and let that suntan go. I'm just messing around, guys. This is kind of cool because it is fully waterproof, water resistant. I like it. It's a nice lightweight solar panel that's going to work out well. Now, this kit's about $169. Now, we can kind of get into some of the run times with this, right? This little puppy will actually charge your iPhone 6 times. It will run a Nintendo Switch for over 4.5 hours. If you guys want to run something to make a noise behind me, I don't know what it is. It caught me off guard, and I do apologize for that. If you guys want to, you guys can run a Nintendo Switch, a portable monitor for over 3.5 hours. You guys can do your tablets. You guys can do your laptops. Like I said, this will do pretty much whatever you need, including camera gear, camera lighting, like your Keystone lights. As long as it takes a USB-C port or a USB-A port, this one will do it. With the solar panel, it's 26% off. This is a perfect little piece, and it is definitely lightweight. I showed it earlier. You guys can flip it around. It is that lightweight. Now, I'm actually doing that with a broken finger, and I forgot about it again. So me hitting that finger is not smart right now. But what I do, hey, just have fun, right? So it's lightweight, kind of like this. So cool one. If you guys need or have questions, ask about the 100 plus. We will actually be here to talk about it. So that's cool. Yeah, it would be great for that. Hello, Phil. Welcome back, Phil. Now, before we go on to the next product, we're going to talk about all the cabling that could or should come with some of your kits. Maybe you're getting a solar panel kit, right? So that solar panel kit may come with a cable kit like this. This cable kit's got the 8020 plug and the 7909 plug for you with an adapter. It also has the 8020 and USB-C adapter. It is a 9.5 foot cable that's going to connect up to like that Mini 40 solar panel or the Mini 40, the 80 watt, and I think a couple others with this, which is kind of cool. You may get a Y splitter with an Anderson clip so you guys can run multiple solar panels with that. What a day I think I'm going to be. Yeah, I feel you, buddy. I feel you. If you don't get one of those cables, you may get something like this. This is, of course, a cigarette lighter cable. This is going to allow you to charge your device from your cigarette plug inside your car, if your car still has them, which is kind of cool. If you don't get that, you may get a wall plug. Now, this is, of course, a standard 3-prong wall plug for you guys with that. I got that cough. I know what you're talking about, buddy. Not kidding. So that they do make sure that you have all the cabling that you should need with your package or your device, which is beautifully well done. I love Jackery does that for you guys. Now, again, if you spend over $1,500, you're going to get that 5% code. Now, there is some exclusions with that code. You cannot use the code on the 1000 V2 purchase. You cannot use it on the 2000 V2 purchase or the 1000 V2 and solar panel purchase. Any of the other products over $1,500 package total deal, you can use it on, just not those 3 items. And that's because those 3 items are at an all-time low discounted price for you guys for these shows. Any questions about the 100 plus or Mini 40 solar panel or cabling, definitely talk to us. Now, you probably have seen the table of goodies, right? There's a bunch of cool products back there. We also have that big beast back there as well, the 5000 plus. But we also have that amazing solar panel, the 500X, in the house too. So those are actually new products. Now, if you guys don't know, Jackery actually makes a cover for the 5000. They make a cover for the 5000 so it can actually be used out in the rain, which I did not know they made until I started looking through the Jackery page today, which is kind of cool. So they do make a nice little cover for that. It would be cool to see it in person. It's just one of them things. So kind of cool. Kind of cool. Now let's back over here because we're going to move into like the 240 V2, right? So you guys want to talk about the version 2. You're going to hear me talk about several items tonight that say V2. All that means is version 2. Now, technically, I could show you guys version 1 compared to version 2 during the show. You know what? Let's do that. I'm actually going to do that. Let me grab version 1 and version 2. So version 1, now we don't actually have this in the carousel, but version 1 is going to be like this. It has a fixed handle, right? So this is version 1. It has a single AC outlet that does 200 watts of pure sine wave power. It has, of course, a couple of USB-A ports, has a DC plug, has a cigarette lighter plug, and all of that. That's version 1. So you guys kind of get the glimpse of version 1. They said, hey, that's not what we want to do. Let's do it this way. Let's upgrade it. What does the 500 weigh again? The 5000 weighs 132 pounds. The 5000 weighs 132 pounds. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the show. Now, this is version 2. So this version 2 has a handle that folds up. It goes to, of course, the square housing, which is, of course, a better housing. Also goes to LiFePO 4 cells. So it goes to a newer lithium makeup. Now, with it as well, it also goes to app access. So you guys can run this with the app. And that's kind of cool with that. So you guys can use it with an app to control all the switches, the flashlight, or of course the cigarette lighter adapter with this. Now you can turn them all on. Now, unlike the original, it took a DC plug to charge it. This one will actually take a wall plug to do that on the side. Also has a larger air cooling duct on it as well. Now, 256 watt hours of power can be fully charged with Charge Shield 2.0 in 1 hour time if you put it in emergency supercharging mode. Now, we're going to talk about that real quick because I want you guys to kind of understand what supercharging mode is. Supercharging mode means you know a natural disaster is coming and you need this thing fully charged for that time, or maybe you have to leave the house in a hurry. You need it fully charged. Put it in emergency charge mode. 1 hour is what it's going to take to fully charge it. Do not use emergency supercharging mode all of the time. There is a reason for that though. Because if you use emergency supercharging mode every time you charge this device, it's going to use up the charging cells a lot quicker. Now this is rated for 4,000 charge cycles at 100% battery charge rate. After that 4,000 charge cycles, or about 10 years, it's going to drop down to 80% battery. If you use emergency charging mode, it will actually do that a lot quicker, and you don't want that, guys. But if you really do need that charge quick enough, they set it in there so you guys can do it and turn it on. I'll show you guys that in the app in a minute to show you guys where it's actually at. In standard fast charging mode, and it already charges pretty fast, under 2 hours fully charged. What it's really cool is this is under 8-pound package. So it's under 8 pounds, means it can be carried anywhere. Pretty much anybody should be able to carry this and take this with them. Now this of course has an AC outlet. This AC outlet right here, your standard 3-prong American plug, can actually do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 600. Now pure sine wave power means no spikes of peaks of power. It's a clean straight line of energy for you. Now, it also has a USB-C port. That's a 100-watt in and out port, and a USB-C port, 15 watts as well. And above that, 15 watts USB-A and a 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. Kind of cool the way this works, though, because you guys can use the 100-watt port to charge it. Take about 3 hours, though. That's not a bad runtime. With this device, it's about $179 tonight. That is a 28% savings. Unfortunately, Roxy, I don't work. No, so Roxy, I do not work for Amazon, so I cannot help you with that. But I would reach out to customer service on Amazon for that question. Sheila, welcome, welcome. Now, you could run a 10-watt Bluetooth speaker for about 16 hours of runtime on this. If you want to, 4 to 5 drone batteries. 3 times you could charge your laptop. 12 cell phone batteries, right? Which is kind of cool. Class 9 to Class 10 drop protection. Under 30 decibels of sound is all this does. It does not make sound, so it's really quiet. It has a certification UL 2743. With this, it can also be used as a UPS with 20 milliseconds of switch over time. Now, you can also run a 45-watt house fan for about 4 hours. You guys can run a 90-watt mini fridge for 2 hours as well. 11 of these little batteries, these little 8-watt batteries, right? You can charge 11 of these off of this station before you need to recharge the station. If you want to, though, you guys can run your Wi-Fi modem or router for about 14 hours on a full charge. You guys could also do your pet heating pad for about 6 hours. That's a 30-watt heating pad. For those of you that want to heat yourself up with, of course, your own heating blanket, that's about a 55-watt draw, 3.5 hours or so with that. 20 hours with the light on the front, 4 hours with that big TV back there. Really kind of cool. Now, by itself, like I said, $179, which is a smoking deal. But if you want to pair it up, again, with that mini 40 solar panel, 29% savings. That's $249 for this. So that's a really, really good deal. $249, this is the lowest price in 2 months. So you're going to actually see this is the lowest price that it has been in over 2 months. That's crazy. You have both options with this. Now, you guys can do more with that. You could run a CPAP machine for about 4 to 5 hours. I know the 300 can run a CPAP machine for about 6 hours. So, 4 to 5 hours with that is well done. You could do camera gear, lighting gear. You can do little speakers. You can do stereos. You guys can do your PlayStations if you really wanted to. I've actually had an Xbox plug into this. Kind of cool. Again, fully waterproof, water resistant, mini 40 solar panel, 1/2 inch thick solar panel. Look how thin that is. That's really, really thin. 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide. Has their beautiful logo right there, of course, with that. Kind of cool. Now, like Mrs. Dragon Blogger's posting, if you guys have questions, definitely ask. We're here to answer. We are here to answer pretty much any question about Jackery products that we can answer. Any questions about the 240? Phil, you don't count if you have questions. You just gotta mess with Phil. All right, we're gonna set the 240 down. We will come back to that again because we're here for quite a while tonight. So no questions about the 240. Now, we're going to talk about a few things, and we are going to see if we can get Lois to share the discounts in chat for you guys. Let's grab the 300. So the 300 is going to be the next product that we're going to talk about for you guys, right? So the 300 is actually kind of cool. Now, for those of you on the Dragon Blogger side, my carousel has not caught up, and I'm not sure why. But we're going to talk about the 300. Now, the 300 Jackery Power Station is a beautiful one. 293 watt-hours of power. It does have, of course, the original fixed housing and fixed handle. Now, under 8-pound package. This is kind of cool, though. We're going to go up here like this, and we're going to talk about things. Please wait for a few minutes. Yeah, sure. What you want me to wait for? Nope, all good. All good, Lois. Totally understand. We are totally golden. So we're going to talk about the 300, guys. We're going to get to this. We will get the carousel to move in a minute, but we'll just start talking about it and having fun, right? So you guys can carry it around like a boom box. It's got nice coloring. I mean, who doesn't like the black and orange colorway? I actually like it. So much so I got myself a shirt. Did you guys know they made a hat? Did you guys know they made merch? Jackery makes merch, guys. Jackery makes merch. So they actually have hats. Now, I will tell you guys, this hat it's a longer build hat. So the reason I don't wear it on stream is because you wouldn't see my face. The bill is really, really long. This would be good for outside at baseball games and stuff. Not so good when you're on stream. You guys would not. I mean, look at this. It's the only reason I don't wear that hat on stream. The bill is definitely a little bit longer to keep your eyes perfectly set out of the sun. So kind of cool that they make this. Let's go back to this. 300. 293 watt-hours of power, guys. One AC outlet that does 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 500 if you need be. It's also got two USB-C or USB-A ports, 5 volt 2.4 amps. It's also got a 60 watt in and out USB-C port. Over here is going to be a DC plug, that round DC 7909 plug. That's going to be for like your wall power brick or of course your cigarette car lighter plug. Kind of like this. So if I grab the cigarette car lighter plug, you'll plug it into this. Then you'll plug the other side into, of course, the actual piece in your car. That's all that it's going to do for that. Now with it, you guys can charge it on the wall plug by itself for 3.5 hours is where it's going to take to fully charge this device. If you want to use it with the wall plug in the USB-C port, 2 hours fully charged, you're good to go. Bob's your uncle and you're up and running. That's an actual phenomenal charge time. When it's fully charged, though, you guys can run a Nintendo Switch off of this for about 40 hours. CPAP machine, about 6 hours. You guys can run 15 to 16 DSLR batteries, 6 to 7 drone batteries, depending on that drone battery. Now, I'm going to be honest. If you're using a 3CS battery, you ain't getting that. You're not going to get it. It's not going to happen. Multitude of other things you guys could run off of this would be like a mini cooler for 4.5 hours. Your laptop about 4 or so times. Flat screen TV, 4.5 hours. Still a good runtime with the flat screen TV. This is a cool one. I like this. Because it is nice and portable. I mean, literally, you can walk around with this without a problem. Your kid could probably carry this. And I'm talking about like your little 4 or 5-year-olds. I guarantee if they can pick up your house cat or your dog, they can carry this around. I'm not telling you to have them carried around, but you can do that. Now, the one thing I like to talk about is a little bit of a story of the accident I had with this and the oopsie. Now, you'll probably think about, hey, it's a lithium battery. You don't want to drop it, beat it, or bang it around. You're correct. You don't want to do that a lot, but they do put protections into this to make it kind of stable and sturdy, which is kind of cool. Now, I can tell you is if you guys look at the bottom, there's a white mark. This thing dropped 9 feet. It dropped out of my closet shelf 9 feet. Hit the floor, still perfectly set. Only has one little white mark. There's nothing rattling in it and makes perfectly well. I can also tell you guys I did that about 7 months ago. So if it's still working from 7 months ago and it still has a charge, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about the safety protocols with this, guys. It's kind of cool. Running temperatures on this device itself. Operating temperature is going to be about 14 degrees to 104 degrees, right, with this one. Recharging temperature is going to be about 32 degrees to 104 degrees. Anything below that will, like discharge the battery quicker or not want to charge it, better at a higher temperature. Not a big problem. 7-pound package, though, is where it's really at. $169 for this. It's normally about $259, and that's kind of cool with that. Now, this is one of those products that most people tend to keep because it does do very, very well. It is, of course, the original housing. They have upgraded to like the 300 plus system, but this has its place in the market. Now, like all of these stations that we have around us can actually be used in your house. You don't have to worry about it like a gas engine. That's kind of cool that they did that. Now, there is an option of this and a 100-watt solar panel tonight for $299. Normally, that's like a $500 price tag. It's a 40% savings. Now, that solar panel is going to be this panel right here. This 100-watt solar panel. This panel is a beautiful panel. Fully waterproof, water resistant. Can actually do 100 watts of charge rate at, of course, 18 volts. Has its own cable built in, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, let's grab it. Let's kind of show you guys this. So, I have it. We're going to flip it around. We're going to pop this open, and I'm going to show you guys the pocket on this. So when you pull this out, you're going to be greeted with, of course, the cabling. 9.5-foot cable. Has a 7909 plug and an 8020. That's all you're going to need for this to connect it up to most stations. Fully waterproof. It is a bi panel, so it's a dual panel piece when it folds out. Look at the size of this panel. It's so much so that I can actually write stuff on it, right? You guys see the light grabbing off of it? That's what it's going to do in the sun. This is cool. I love them. Magnetic clips, guys, so it holds itself shut. If you guys want to watch it, it'll clip shut. ETFE laminated handles. It has nice large kickstands on it as well. This is, of course, the package deal right here, the 300 with, of course, the 100-watt Solar Saga solar panel. $299 smoking deal with this. So, really, really great deal. And somehow I got dirt in my eye. Any questions about the 300? You guys want to watch me drop it? No, I'm joking, guys. I'm not dropping this tonight. It is light, though. I mean, this is light. You don't have to worry about it. It's actually super light. Of course, it has that beautiful screen. It is a white contrast screen with black writing. Fixed handle. The one thing I don't talk about is the serial numbers on the back. And there are serial numbers on some of these, or there are QR codes. Some of them, when you pair it up to the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi, it's already going to implement that serial number into the app for you. And that's how you're going to register the warranties for these. Now, a lot of these will have 3-year plus 2-year extended warranty. Some will have 5 years automatically for you guys. So they do make sure that they have warranties if you have any slight technical issues with any product that they make. I don't think I got enough water though. All right, let's go into the 500 power station. Now we're going to move camera angles. We're going to go from there to this camera to the table. The 500 is down there on that back side. So let's zoom on in. This is the original 500. Now, this, of course, is 518 watt hours of power in a 13-pound package. Oh, Lois, you got into your count. Welcome to the stream. Now, 13.5-pound package literally is still very, very light and acceptable for this. Now, for those of you wanting, there are, of course, the codes for the discounts tonight. Now, you guys can get the 1000 V2 for about $349. That's a 50% savings. You can also get the 2000 V2 at $791. Now, that's a 53% savings with Black Friday E2000 V2 code. Or you can do, of course, the BFLIVE 1500 for a 5% off discount on anything over $1,500 purchases. That is the code. I feel that. I had to log into my main account so I could actually see everything, because when I'm on my actual streaming account, I can't see the prices for some reason. All right, let's get back to this 500, right? 13-pound package, does have a flashlight, has a fixed handle, does have 3 USB-A ports. Those are going to be 5-volt, 2.4 amp ports. On the opposite side, you're going to see the 500-watt AC outlet. Now, that is a 110-volt, 500-watt AC outlet that can do 1,000 watts peak if you need it to. On the opposite side, you're going to have 3 DC output ports. One's going to be a 12-volt, 10-amp plug. The other is going to be your round DC plugs. Now, not a lot of items use that output port of those DC plugs, but if you do happen to have one, they have it there for you on this one. Now, you also have the DC input port above that. That's going to be for like your wall plug, your solar panels, and of course your cigarette lighter. On the side, like I told you, there's a flashlight. And I'm going to move over here and kind of show you guys this. So a little flashlight that turns on. If I hold it down, it'll go into SOS pattern for you. And if I turn it off, no SOS pattern, so you don't have to worry about it. It has, of course, that little screen right here. This is probably a 1.5-inch or 2-inch screen. It's going to show you guys the battery percentage. It's also going to show you guys the input and output wattage that's being ran off of this. Display button literally just turns it on or off for you guys if you need. All of these plugs are individually switched on hand, so you can turn the DC on, you can turn the USB on, or you guys can hit the AC outlet if you need with this one. So it's kind of cool. So all individually switched for you with this. To charge the device, it's going to take about 5.5 hours on a wall outlet, right? It's going to take about 5.5 hours on a cigarette car lighter charge. Now, I'm going to tell you, though, on a cigarette car lighter charge, you're probably going to get about 80% charge at 5.5 hours. It's probably going to take you about 6 hours to get 100% charged. Not a bad deal with that, though. Still very, very usable. Run times will be different and vary depending on the items you plugged in. Whether it be 9 hours for the mini cooler, 7 hours for that flat screen 60-watt TV, or about 30 hours of runtime on that laptop, like the Acer Magic that I have down here. Now, of course, my Acer Magic uses the USB-C port, so I would have to change out the port for that. Now, with it, though, if you guys are doing, let's say, backyard barbecue, like Mrs. Dragon Blogger likes to make daiquiris, I'm sure. She likes frozen drinks, I could just tell. You guys could use a blender for about 50 minutes. You guys could do daiquiris. You guys could do mocktails. You guys could do, of course, milkshakes if you wanted to with that blender. 50 minutes of runtime is a good runtime. Take it camping or take it, of course, rafting. You guys can use your raft pumps or your camping air mattress pumps up to about 8 hours. It will also allow you to, use your car air compressors, the smaller ones, for about the same amount of time. The 500, though, I'm going to tell you, the 500 will probably run an electric blanket over 4 hours, depending on the electric blanket you're using. It's a good range. Now, 12 inches long, 8 inches wide, 9 inches tall. It's not that big. That's actually acceptable in size ranges for that. So that's just one of those things for this on hand. Now, it still has, of course, that class 10 drop protection. Now, the cool part is if you calculate the working time in the formulas, they can actually vary with this, of course, on hand. Now, it's just a working calculator of working time and, of course, math algorithm. So we can kind of do like an estimation. For example, like you're using a 60-watt device, you would divide that, of course, up with this, and this would be like the math for that. So that'd be like your kind of scenarios to figuring out what kind of devices and how long they could run off of this piece. You can use that same math theory for whatever power station you're using. Just change the first watt hours to whatever the station is and carries. So kind of cool with that. So by itself, guys, $284 for a product of this style. That's a 43% savings, normally a $500 price tag. You can also get, it is a good amount of power. I do have a lot of different power stations behind me. You can also get the 500 with the 100-watt solar panel for like $479. That's a 40% savings. That's a good savings point right there. Because you're going to get that station you see right there, which is a cool one. Now look at it compared to my hand. Ignore the broken hand or broken finger, guys. I'm not trying to show you guys the broken finger, I promise. So that is, of course, what you guys can run with that on hand with the size. But it's going to come with this solar panel. So if you guys need, this is the 100-watt solar panel you're going to get in the kit. So it's a cool little solar panel that'll do well for you guys. It has all the cabling you're going to need. Now, we are going to start talking about some of the bigger stations. I'm going to give you guys a first glimpse of something before we get to it. So let's bounce over here and let's change the little camera angles. So if you guys did not know, they did come out with a new product in this last week. This is what's called the 5000 Plus. Now, the 5000 Plus is an amazing power station that we will be talking about a little bit later on. If you guys need a full-on house controlling, house powering system, that 5000 Plus is definitely going to do it. Now, I know Justin really, really wants this device. He's been talking about it. He wants it. I can understand why, because it can do so much. It's a really cool little one. So if you guys are looking, that's the 500 Plus. Or 5,000 Plus station. Now, if you guys are also looking, there's the big bad boy solar panel up there. And that's a new solar panel that they just created. That is the 500X. Now, the 500X is actually 6 solar panels in one. It is 6 85-watt solar panels connected together, but can be used separately if you want to. So, kind of cool that they came out with that stuff. So, we've talked about the 100 Plus. We've talked about the 240. We've talked about the 300. We've talked about the 500. Let's talk about the deal of the day. And I'm going there with this one. This is the deal of the day. This is the Explorer 1000 V2. Now, the 1000 V2 is actually a $349 price point of a piece. This is an amazing one. Now, to get it at $349, you will have to go to the Amazon page. You'll have to clip the coupon. There's a $50 clippable coupon on the webpage for you guys. Now, we're going to move camera angles. We're going to come back to the table, and we're going to talk about the one right in the middle. So that is the 1000 V2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the station that's blocking our way. The 1000 V2 is a very beautiful little station. This is actually a 28-pound station. So it's actually not 28 pounds. It's like 24 pounds. 23.8 pounds, which is like 24 pounds of weight. Now, this is version 2. There is an original 1000. This is version 2. They come to a smaller casing, smaller housing, to the new lithium LiFePO battery. Now, it also has the updated Charge Shield 2.0 built in. Charge Shield 2.0 will give you that option of fast charging at 1 hour charge rate. Standard fast charging mode, under 2 hours, you're fully charged, so you don't have to worry about it. Super charge mode, 1 hour, you're up there. Now, 1,070 watt hours of power out of this device, which is amazing. It's a good amount of power. It's going to do phenomenally well for a lot of people. Now, I talk about the quick charger before we come back to this. Let's get into that, all right? So I'm going to kind of show you guys. Let's see here. Let's pull up the app. And I'm going to kind of show you guys inside the settings. There is a part that says Super Emergency Charge Mode. You will turn that on in the app to get that 1 hour charge rate. When you hit it, it's going to pop over and it's going to say tips and, of course, everything. Once you hit that, it is now in Super Emergency Charge Mode. So if you need a charge in 1 hour time, you hit that on there. If you don't need it, then don't hit it, all right? Use the standard fast charging mode. And the standard fast charging mode actually has a quiet charging mode as well. So you guys can swap through that if you need. So that's the way that kind of works. I wanted to show you guys that with that, of course, on hand. Now, are the two 500 watt X solar panels compatible with the Jackery 2000 Plus or the Jackery 500? So the 500X, if you're talking about the 500X solar panel, is it compatible with the 2000 or is it compatible with the 3000 Pro? Technically, yes, you can plug it in and use it on those. Now, there's a reason for that being. Because you can actually use 6 of the 200 watt Solar Saga solar panels. The rating at those are going to be about 1200 watts with 6 of those. So yes, you could use 2 of the 500 watts on that at 1000 watts of charge rate. It's going to do, it won't charge as quick as the 6 of the 200s, but it will charge it at a good rate. So yes, technically it is compatible with those. I actually had it plugged onto the 2000 V2 the other day. So yeah, you can definitely do it. The only difference is if it's more power than, let's say, a certain station can handle, it won't take that power. Yeah, no problem. We can, whoa, that's not what we want. Let's do this. So you're talking about that solar panel setup right there. Yes, you could plug it into the 2000, you could plug it into the 3000 Pro. It's not going to be a problem. It actually uses the 8090 adapter plug for those of you that don't know what that is. So it's going to use the 8090 or the 8020 plug, not the 8090. So 8020 plug is going to work on like the 3000, the 2000s, the 1500s, the 1000s, all the way down to the 1000 V2, the 2000 V2 and stuff like that. For anything below that, it's going to use the 7909 DC plug. So that's where your variants are going to change with that. And I can actually... I have the cable. Hold on. Grab the cable. So this is the actual cable for that solar panel. So this is the cable, 9.5 foot cable. Anderson clip on one side. And then it has, of course, the DC plug on the other. It is a standard 8020 plug. It's not going to have the adapter downward. So it's not going to fit the smaller ones. In fact, it even says right here on it, and maybe you guys can kind of read it, it says DC 8020. So you cannot get it wrong. So, yeah, it comes with the cable. You're good to go. And like I said, guys, Anderson clips, if you guys want to Y-split it, you guys use the Y-splitter like this. You guys can actually add dual solar panels to it. So that's going to be your Y-splitter if you guys want to use multiple solar panels. So, yeah, no problem, LF. I'm glad I could actually answer that for you. Set that cable down. Now back to the 1000 V2 station. We're going to move back over here. This is, like I said, 1070 watt hours of power in a package of this size. Now, it does have 3 AC outlets. Those 3 AC outlets are going to do 1500 watts of pure sine wave power. Hey, yeah, no problem. I'm glad I could actually answer that. The cool part is I don't know if you noticed, LF, that panel is actually made from 6 different panels. So it is 6 85 watt panels linked together. The cool part is you can connect them up together, or you can leave them separately if you really want to. You could use it as an 85 watt panel, and that's kind of cool with that. You could also do like permanent mounting on different positions, maybe on a roof or something, or you can leave it like I did in an accordion style of layout with the bifacial charging. So it does do bifacial. So it's going to charge from both sides, which is actually kind of cool with that. It's going to do about 25% efficiency in converting light to power. It also comes with ground stakes. So if you guys need to stake it to the ground to keep it in place, it comes with those stakes, so you don't have to worry about flying off, which is cool. Jonah, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now back to this beautiful little piece of 24 pounds. You also have a one USB-C port at 100 watts charging capability. You also have one USB-C port at 30 watts charging capability. Below that is a USB-A 18 watt and a 12 volt 10 amp DC plug above it. Now it does have the flashlight that does dual 2 brightnesses and SOS pattern if you need. Now on the side, this will allow you to connect up 2 solar panels. That's correct. You can connect up 2 of the 200 watt Solar Saga solar panels to this station. When you connect that up, you can have this fully charged in 2.5 hours. If you use super emergency charge mode, 1 hour charge rate, fully charged, you're good to go. Use standard fast charging mode, it's going to be about 1.5 hours to almost 1.75 hours to fully charge it. Still, not that long of a charge time to do that. Now, it's the price point of the 1000 V2 tonight because it is already at 50% savings, but there is also a $50 clippable coupon, which is going to bring it down to about $349, which is a smoking deal. This is like the deal of the night for this one. There is a very, very low price point for an $800 power station. It's a crazy price point, I'm going to be honest with you. Technically, you guys can run a bunch of different stuff because compared to the previous E1000, you can run a bunch more stuff with this, ranging from, let's say, you can run your laptop for about 14 hours. You could do 20 drone batteries. Your Starlinks, if you guys use standard Starlinks, if you guys have Starlink internet, about 10 to 29 hours depending on how much you use it. 14 hours with the mini fridge, 1 hour with, of course, your Wi-Fi router. You guys can do about 12 to 13 hours with a heated blanket if you want. For those of you that want to run a 45 watt house fan, about 23 hours. The LED light on the front, 27 hours of runtime. Chainsaws, electric circular saws. You guys could do, of course, electric drills. Or if we move over to this little scene and we grab this little video, you guys can do what I did. Now, this is a cool little video. You're going to see me turn on the little plug to the AC outlet. You're going to see it start peaking up to about 112 or so watts. Now, it's going to drop down to about 106 to 105 watts. At 22% battery, it's going to say about 2.25 hours of runtime. It is running all of these lights, including every light you see, including the inflatable decorations. Now, there are 5 of those inflatable decorations on the inside. There are also 5 on the outside. There is at least 8 to 9 sets of LED Christmas lights and other Christmas lights of the sorts, from icicles to standard round bulbs to, of course, your good old like grape cherry ones and stuff like that. It will run it without a problem. You guys will have no issues running these decorations. It's a cool little idea that you guys could do with, of course, that little product on hand. So if you guys want, the 1000 V2 is a great option for you to do that. Now, like I said, by itself, $300 and some odd with that discount and clippable coupon. Or if you want to, you can get it with, of course, the 200 watt Solar Saga solar panel for $699. You heard me right, $699. That is a crazy, crazy price point for you guys. So really good price point. With that, of course, on hand, it's going to do well for you. And I like the 2 options. So 1000 V2 by itself or 1000 V2 and, of course, solar panel. Now, I am not sure why my phone is going off, but it's going off, and we're going to make sure it's off. Any questions about the 1000 V2 power station, guys? This would be great for outdooring. If you guys like to do a lot of stuff outdoors, let's say like camping, rafting, hiking. Of course, not a lot of people are going to take it hiking, but if you guys have like a base camp that you guys hike from, it would be a great positional piece to set down there. Definitely good for like, RVs, toy haulers. You're close to your house, guys. It's going to run a bunch of stuff. Now, technically, because it is 1,070 watt hours of power, 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power, you could technically run 1,150 watt window AC off of this for under an hour runtime. So you could get a little chill in the house to get you guys cool, which I could use right now, let's be honest. LiFePO 4 cells, beautifully well done, and just an amazing little piece. And we're going to figure out why our carousels are not moving tonight. Why is mine not? There's some app issues tonight. I don't know if it's just me, but it's like, okay, now it's starting to change. So I do apologize for everybody on the Dragon Blogger side. Not sure why the app is like kind of freezing, so I'm trying to get it to change. All right, we're going to move over. We're going to talk about the next one over. That's going to be that power station. This is the 2000 V2. Now, the 2000 V2 is actually at a great price point tonight. There is a $100 clippable coupon if you guys want, or you guys can use the code that we have, and you guys can get it for $791. Now, if you use the code we have, you're going to get it at a cheaper price point. If you guys use the applied $100 coupon, you're going to get it for $7.99, right? So either $7.99 or save another $8 and use our code. You get it for $7.91. 2000 V2 is, of course, 2,042 watt hours of power in a LiFePO 4 cell. This one's a little bit different because they changed the way it was built. Inside the body of this device is what's called honeycomb or cell-to-body technology. Now, it's a honeycomb design with little round little dots everywhere that the lithium LiFePO 4 cells sit in. That with doing that type of technology, it actually reduced the size of it. It also reduced the amount of time it takes to create the product. So instead of a 3-stage process of making the lithium battery, it cut that process down in nearly half, which is kind of cool with that. Now, you have 3 AC outlets on the front that are going to do 2,200 watts of pure sine wave power. That pretty much can run most devices in your house without an issue, except for your washers and dryers, correct? Now, you can peak at 4,400 if you need to max out the power at a higher rate. Now, just like the 1000 V2, the 2000 V2 has a 100 watt USB-C port. It also has a 30 watt USB-C port. Then you have the 18 watt USB-A port down below, which would be great to charge, of course, your camera gears and lighting gear, right? So let's say I want to grab this little cord right here. I want to plug in the USB-C port to the back of it, and then I want to take this device and I want to plug it into the USB-A port. Just like this is all I'm going to have to do, and then I'll turn on that switch, and it's going to start charging my batteries. Now, you guys are going to notice it's going to start saying about 8 watts to 9 watts of draw. So it is now charging my batteries, which technically I really needed to do anyways. Now with it, of course, we can use the app inside here, and the app is going to allow us to turn on the flashlight. We can even go brighter with the flashlight, or we can hit SOS pattern. So you have all of that on hand. We can also shut off that. Now if I want to, I can also turn on that plug that was actually charging the battery. I can turn it back on just by the app. Inside the app, it's going to give us push notifications. It's going to tell us, of course, the battery charge on the system. It's even going to tell us what the temperature is running at of those batteries. Some of those statistics are actually really, really important. Down below, you can even turn off the screen if we don't want the screen on, and we can come back and turn it back on. Now, we do have it in 12-hour mode. If I don't want it in 12-hour mode, I can actually set it to never turn off. So by never turn off is where it's going to never turn off. So that is actually kind of cool. So never turning off means it will stay running until I say otherwise. Now, I like to leave it in 12-hour mode because I really don't need it in, of course, that. But if I want to, I can put it in 8-hour mode. I can put it in 2-hour mode, vice versa. So it gives you great options with that. You can technically edit the name, so you can say, like, if you don't want it to say the 2000 V2, you can label it James's 2000. That way you know whose product is whose or which one's in your house. So it's kind of cool with that. Now you can also scan to download the devices onto it and pair it up with the QR codes. You guys can also put it into battery usage. So you guys can do full use, or you guys can do an emergency saving mode. Emergency saving mode is going to extend the battery life about 30% or so. So, over 10 years of time with that. You can also do firmware updates. So if there's a firmware update, guys, it is going to update it. And it, of course, already has been updated to the new stuff. It's also where you're going to get your Social Security, or your serial number for it. Not your Social Security number, serial number. With that. Stephanie, hello. How are you doing? How is Stephanie doing? Now, before we go on, I'm going to get something, a little lozenge. Been talking a lot. Well, I've been up since 4 o'clock. This is my second 4-hour show. I also did a few videos in between of those shows. So all good, all good. I feel you. A little tired. Now with this though, because you have 2,042 watt hours of power, you guys, you can run a bunch of stuff. Like your 200 watt desktop PC for 12 hours. You can run your coffee maker up to about 3 hours depending on the coffee maker. You guys can run a crock pot for about 2 hours. Charging time is where it's going to vary. 1 hour charge time on super emergency charge mode. About 2 hours on fast charging mode or under that 2 hour mode. If you want to use the solar panel and, of course, the AC outlet, 50 minutes. 50 minutes is where it's at. 5 hours if you guys use a big solar panel, of course, to do that. That's going to be like the 200 watt solar panel or bigger. Kind of cool. Now, you guys can run other things because there is a wide variety of devices you could run off of this, and that's where it's going to be kind of cool. Electric drill, about 8 hours. Your water pumps, 20 hours. Your air pumps, 20 hours. Your big shop vacs, approximately 2.5 to 3 hours is your runtime with this. Tree trimmers, 2.5 hours. I'm going to go here. Your mini fridges, up to about 72 hours, depending on the mini fridge. 60 hours with the heated blanket. That's going to vary as well. It's very silent, very quiet, and very beautifully well done. Now, for a product of this type, like I said, about $791 tonight. It's a great, great deal. Definitely worth checking out. Or you can get the 2000 V2 and 2 of the 200 watt solar panels. Now, to get 2 of those 200 watt solar panels, guys, you're going to get a phenomenal, phenomenal price point here. Normally, $2,500, it's $1,499. You heard me correctly, $1,499. That's a great deal. It's an amazing little station. I like the 2000 V2. Now, I can come back over here. We can actually do this. Now, let me grab it. So I did pretty much the same thing. This is going to show you guys about 87% battery. I'm going to turn it on. It's going to start pulling up the voltage and the wattage. When it gets up to the peak wattage, which is about 110 or so watts, it's going to show you guys that you can run it for about 14 hours of runtime off of that device. That means you guys can run all of these yard decorations, all of the lights for 14 hours at 87% battery. 100% battery, you guys are going to run it a lot longer. And there's a lot of different decorations. Add the solar panels, let it charge during the day, and let this run the system, run all the stuff at night. Would be really, really amazing idea. It's a very cool idea, and of course we get photobombed by this beautiful little golden dog. I love that dog. That dog's amazing. So really cool little option with that for you guys if you need. Any questions about the 2000 V2? I don't see no questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 30-second to 1-minute break real quick. I'm going to step aside, guys. I'm going to play you guys a video real quick. So watch this video. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. What is the weight of the 2000 V2? The 2000 V2 is actually about 39 pounds. It is approximately 39 pounds of weight, DKS. So, very, very lightweight. I do apologize about that little break. I actually had to take it. Unfortunately, if you guys know, I kind of broke my finger, so I kind of just hit it and I needed to bandage it up real quick to stop it. So, yeah, 39 pounds. It's actually not that heavy. It actually dropped down in size compared to the original. It is about 13 inches long by 10 inches deep, about 11 and a half inches tall. It's actually pretty decently well sized. So, I mean, if you look next to it, you have the 1000 V2. So, that's going to be kind of your size comparison. It's not too large. It's a beautiful one, DKS. Have you seen their newest power station? Let's try and do this. Let's see. Let's pop over. Let's show you guys this one. Have you seen that one? That is the 5000 plus. That is their newest one. So this is the 5000 plus. Oh, Lois, I'm totally fine. We're good. We're totally fine. Thank you, though. So the 5000 plus is over 5,000 watt hours of power. And it can add batteries. You guys can go all the way up to 30 kilowatts of hour power with that 5000. You could pretty much run a whole house off of that. You can also parallel run it with another 5000, and you can actually run, I believe it's like 10 different batteries together and have 60 kilowatts of hour. This actually has 240 volt plugs, NEMA plugs, so you guys can plug in like your washers and dryers, Tager MIG welders. It also has connections and connectabilities to actually pair it up and connect it up with what's called a smart transfer switch. So you can actually wire this to your circuit breakers on your house with an electrician, and it will be used as a UPS, so uninterruptible power supply with a 0 millisecond switchover. So there is no problem with the switchover with that. So this is their newest one, and it's actually at a good price point. It's like $3,500, but I think there's like a $500 or $600 clippable coupon as well. Plus, you guys can use that 5% discount code to get another 5% off of that. So it's an amazing little piece. Now, this one does weigh a little bit. It's about 132 pounds, but let's be honest. I'm going to kind of show you guys this. I'm going to zoom out. Now, you're going to think 132 pounds is going to be a lot of weight. Now, the cool part about this is they actually thought about that. And they said, hey, watch this with the handle. I can tip it up and move it with ease. There is no problem moving this power station whatsoever with the wheels and the handle that's on this. And they did add a very beautiful little handle that folds up and puts away, which is kind of cool. You do have two large handles over here, guys. So if you do need to lift it up, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, lifting this up, you guys can lift it up. It's not a problem, but it is 132 pounds, so it does have some weight. By luck, you know, that's about the weight of one of my subwoofers in my car, so I'm used to lifting that weight, but it's just one of those things. So you can definitely do it. It has, of course, 4 AC outlets on the front that do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 14,400 watts. And like I said, it has 2 NEMA plugs on it and all the other cool stuff. Hello, how are you doing over there as well? So yeah, that's their newest one. That's a really amazing little piece. Now, another cool part is if you guys have not seen, and I'm going to jump back up here and we're going to actually do this. If you haven't seen it, they just came out with that new solar panel as well, the 500X. So the 500X is actually a really beautiful, beautiful solar panel that's going to do very, very well for you guys. It's technically 6 solar panels in one. Each solar panel is an 85-watt panel that connects up and links together, which is kind of cool. I love that. It's approximately, I'm not going to say the weight because it's not really that heavy, but it does have a little bit of weight to it. It's the size. It's over 98 inches long when they're all connected together. By themselves, they're about 39 inches by 20 inches wide. So you kind of do the math there about the actual length and width and everything with that. So, of course, that's the new solar panel that they're offering out there, which is kind of cool too. So, amazing little pieces. I really do like it. But yeah, the 2000 V2 is an amazing product. You can actually get it tonight for, I think it's by itself. What is the price point on it by itself? Like, I know we have a banner down there. It's like $791, I think it is. Yeah, $791. So you can get that 2000 V2 today by itself for like $791. That's actually a really good deal. Or you can get it with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels for like $14.99, which is about 40% off. Normally $2,500 price tag. So that's a really, really exclusive deal, guys. By itself, you got to use that code though. So DKS, if you get the 2000 V2, make sure to use that code that we just dropped in chat, the BFE 2000 V2. It's going to give it to you at $791 tonight, which is a great deal. Heda or Hida, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. How is your evening going? So yeah, a bunch of great deals, guys. Now, I will tell you though, there is a 5% discount code if you guys purchase any of the larger stations or other pieces. So 5% off of anything over $1,500. The exclusion of that $1,500 is you can't use it on like the 1000 V2 or the 2000 V2s. So you cannot use it on either of those pieces. That's just the way it is. They excluded those ones for you guys. And that's because those 3 products are on literally the best deal that they've ever been on and over 50% off. So they're already on a smoking deal for you guys. Any questions I could ask about the answer about the 2000 V2 for you, DKS, besides that? I can definitely try to get you a rundown on it. So we can kind of talk about it a little more. So like I said, the 2000 V2 has got that emergency supercharge mode, just like the 1000 V2, which you just purchased, which is kind of cool. It works with the app, and the app is actually amazingly well done, like I was just showing everybody. So if I want to, we can turn on the flashlights from the app. I can go even brighter if I want. I can turn it off. We can turn on the screen on the front if you guys want to see the screen, or I can turn it off. We can charge it. We can even see the charge mode. And this is where I'm going to pop over here. Inside the app, you're going to see your battery range, what's left of the battery. You're also going to see the temperature that the battery is running at. Now, that battery is running at 80 degrees with, of course, my house fan blowing on it right now. It's probably over 90 degrees in my house right now, which is crazy. People need to turn the heat off. Just saying. Inside here, like I said, guys, you can do, of course, the supercharge mode. You have to turn it in energy charging mode, or you can do standard fast charging mode, which is about 1 hour and 3/4, under 2 hours, which is still a great charge time. I mean, that's a really quick charge time for a device that has 2,042 watt hours of power. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's pop back over here. If you look at the system, right, sitting above the 2000 V2, that is the 2000 Plus. That 2000 Plus system is a large system. Same battery range, 2,042 watt hours. Same battery range. Now, the difference is between the 2000 V2 and the 2000 Plus system, though, is you can add extra batteries. So on the 2000 Plus, you can add up to 5 batteries. So that's your difference. It's going to have extra stuff in there plus extra charges. So 2000 V2 is definitely worth grabbing and checking out. I've been having fun with the 2000 V2. So kind of a cool little product for you. So let's check all of our chats. So I'm going to make sure I'm not missing any questions from anybody. I don't want to miss any questions that I'm seeing what so far. I'm not seeing no questions, which is kind of cool. It's all good, all good. So I guess we're going to move from the 2000 V2 system to, let's go to the 3000 Pro. Now we're going to show you guys the 3000 Pro kit. This is a full-on kit that's actually like 50% off tonight. So you're going to get it at like $1,999. No, you're not. You're going to get it cheaper than that. Just going to go there. So we're going to pop up on the table. We're going to talk about the one down here, of course, with the light that's connected to it. This is the 3000 Pro. Now the kit is going to be the system and 2 of the 200-watt Solar Saga solar panels. Now these 2 panels are actually very, very beautifully well done. This full kit is normally a $4,000 price tag. It's 50% off tonight with that purchase. Cool part is since this one is not excluded, you guys can use that extra 5% off code and get another 5% off of that back end price point, right? Which is nice. I really like that they did that. Now, 3,024 watt hours of power in this device. Now, it does have what's called an intelligent BMS, or battery management system. Now, the BMS is what's going to determine the charge rate that's coming in. It's also going to determine the charge rate that's going out. It's got multiple forms of protection. This device can actually be used down into like it's -4 degrees weather. So it can be used in -4. Anything lower than that, not going to recommend it. You don't want to run it lower than that. The battery is going to dissipate a lot quicker. Because this device does weigh 64 pounds by itself, if we come up here, you guys are going to see that they added 2 large 3-inch wheels. Those 2 large 3-inch wheels are made from a nice polyurethane and plastic material that is actually very, very strong. It also has an aluminum handle like the 5000 that telescopic and folds up in the back of the casing of the device, which is beautifully well done. So they added that as well. Now, I can actually, let's see if I can pop up another image for you, because we do have other images like this image. So your charge times are going to vary with this. So 3.5 hours with 6 of the 200-watt solar panels, 2.25, a little over 2.25 hours for the wall charging. If you guys are putting it in the car, 34 hours you guys can have it charged in a car. Run times will vary. So you have 3,024 watt hours of power, but you have 5 AC outlets. Those 5 AC outlets are going to do, of course, 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6,000. That means you guys can run like 1,150 watt window AC for 3 hours. Or, of course, your 5-watt light bulb, about 220 hours. So you have those wide variety of ranges of run times for you. Now, with it, of course, like I said, you have the 5 plugs. You have 4 of the standard 3 prongs, and then you have that NEMA plug above it. You can also do 2 of the USB-C ports. Those are 100-watt capable charging ports. 100 watts max through each port. You also have 2 USB-A 18-watt ports above it. Now, the one thing you're not seeing is the 12-volt 10-amp plug that's actually hidden behind a little cover. That is going to be that cigarette lighter style plug right there. So you do have a nice little cover for that. Now you do have a nice little screen that lights up. We have about 25% battery. I've been using this so much that the battery's actually draining. I did not shut it off at all today, so that light's been on all day. I'll probably have to charge it up in the next day or so after this show. Not a big deal. Okay, here we go, guys, because we can range and change things that we're actually talking about that can run off it. Like your 520-watt double-door refrigerator, your standard Samsungs or your Kenwoods, right? 5 hours of runtime off of this station, which is a good runtime. 1150-watt window AC, 3 hours. Your guys' 60-watt flat screen TV, like the one that's playing behind it, approximately 35 hours of runtime back there. So you have the capabilities of running it for you with that. Now, we can run more devices off of this because it has a lot more to it. Now, the cool part is it will only run at about 30 decibels of noise. Most of that's going to be the switches kicking on, or when you're charging, the fans kick on. You can run a 300-watt blender for about 8 hours, a 650-watt toaster, 4 hours. You can do, of course, your garage or shed, like your TIG or MIG welder, because you can plug a TIG or MIG welder in this. That is going to be a 5800 watt machine. You can run it for a little over an hour off of this. Your angle grinder, 6 hours. Your water pumps, up to 32 hours. If you want to do a movie projection night, let's say you guys want to throw the movie projector out back, 21 hours on a 100 watt movie projector. Throw an inflatable projection screen, and you're having fun outside. Throw a popcorn maker on it, and of course you have popcorn, movies, and a show, right? You're going to have your snacks and everything. 90 watt mini cooler, about 15 hours of runtime. 60 watt car refrigerator, 43 hours. You have the wide variety of ranges with that. Now, I'm going to tell you, the ranges will change depending on the product. Your fridges are run a lot better because your freezers run a lot longer than your fridges. Your fridges kick on and off. 101 cell phone charges with this. The range of it is, though, it is a smoking deal at $1,999, but you save another 5% off of that. So really great deal, great price point, and a phenomenal product thus far. Any questions about the 3000 Pro? I'm not sure I have any videos of the 3000 Pro I can kind of show you. Let's check it out and see. Do I have any? I might have something on the 3000 Pro. I'm just gonna look and see real quick. I don't have the 3000 Pro at all. No, I don't. Wow. I thought I had videos of that. I'm sad. I don't have the video for the 3000 Pro today, so I would show you guys something with that. Alright, if not, we're going to move on to the 300 Plus system. That is next. Now, the 300 Plus is going to be about $227 tonight. It is 288 watt-hours of power in an 8-pound package. That's right, under 8 pounds. Now, has a handle that folds up, has app control. Now, we've talked about the app control a little bit. What I haven't mentioned is the app is completely free, can be found on the Apple Play Store or the Google Play Store if you guys need. The app works on tablets. It will also work on some laptops if you have the Google Play Store or you have the Apple Play Store, all right? You guys can download those into the app. With this, 288 watt-hours of power, has an AC outlet that does 300 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 600. I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. Just slightly tired. We're doing good. We're doing good. Let's be honest. Doing pretty good. Now, let's pop it over. Let's do it. Let's hang it up like a boombox. You guys have a flashlight if you guys want to. We can actually turn that on. Let's do this. Let's turn the power station on. Let's come over here and let's hold on the flashlight. Let's get the flashlight to come on. There you guys go. Flashlight, right? SOS pattern. We can turn off the flashlight as well. Now with this, we can turn on all of the switches. You do have a USB-C port. The USB-C port is a 100-watt port. You also have a USB-C 15-watt port and a USB-A 15-watt port. Individually switched so you can turn it on. Same with the AC outlet, can be individually switched as well. Now with this, of course, we can power it back down if we want. This device can be fully charged in under an hour and a half time. So under an hour and a half, fully charged, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. If you want to, though, you guys, you can use the USB-C port and charge it in about 3 hours of charge time. 4¼ hours with a car charger if you need to do the car charger. What can it run, though? It can do your house fan for about 4½ hours. You can do 5 drone batteries. Your laptop up to about 3 times if you need be. Your phone, 13 charges, which is actually cool and decently well done. Now, you can also run, let's say, 90-watt mini fridge for 2¼ hours to 2½ hours. You guys can do about 12 of those DSLR batteries. You can also use it to run your Wi-Fi router for about 15 hours. That's a 15-watt router. You can also do a 5-watt light bulb, about 22 hours on this, or your flat screen TV for about 4¼ hours. Your pet heating pad, about 7 hours, or your electric blanket for 4 hours of runtime. So you have a wide variety of ranges of things you guys can run with this. This is an amazing piece. The battery should last about 3,000 charge cycles over the next 10 years before it degrades down to about 80% battery. Still has the app control, which is perfectly well set. The device by itself is $227.99. But if you want it, make it a package deal and get it with, of course, the Mini 40 solar panel. This is a cool solar panel, guys. Honestly, this is a perfect package deal. This is going to be great for camping, traveling, and quick emergencies. It would work good in your RVs, your toy haulers, or just all around in anywhere position. Fully waterproof, water resistant. This whole package weighs less than 11 pounds. If the device itself is 2.5 pounds, you also have a little over 6 pounds here, under 11 pounds of weight, guys. Fully waterproof, water resistant, IP68 rating is going to do about 40 watts of charge rate. This is going to allow you to fully charge this device in about 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours with the solar panel is what it's going to take. This is the perfect package deal. If you guys are looking for something like that, definitely check that out. Any questions about the 300 or the 300 with, of course, solar panel? Ooh. You guys ever wondered how hot it is under all these lights? All right, so I know the last few days we've been talking about a product that we weren't able to show you because it was out of stock. Well, guess what? It's in stock. We can talk about the 600 Plus. Now, the 600 Plus is a really cool power station. I'm going to actually pull it up. We're going to do this. We're going to do the 600 Plus. I want it all, and there's so many uses. I use the little one's power. Exactly. I mean, you definitely have a bunch of very, very amazing uses. From just like do quick emergencies all the way up to running your whole house off some of these stations. There's a wide variety of different variations and uses that they have for all of this, which is kind of cool. Now, like I said, I've been trying to talk about that product up there for a while, but every time it gets in, it's sold out really, really quick. This is the 600 Plus. Now, the 600 Plus is $399 today. It is a great deal. It's like 20% savings. Normally, it's like a $500 station. Now, with it, it's 632 watt-hours of power in a device of this sort. Now, with it, of course, it has two AC outlets that do 800 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 1600. Now, with it, it has, of course, that Charge Shield 2.0. So, it's got Charge Shield 2.0. Now, technically, this was the first one dropped with Charge Shield 2.0 that I know of before the other variants dropped. Now, LiFePro 4 cells, it weighs about 16 pounds, and that's actually kind of cool. So 16 pounds is a very lightweight system of this size. With that 1 hour charge rate in emergency supercharge mode, you're actually decently well done. In standard quick charging mode, a little over an hour and a half is what it's going to take to fully charge it. It does have two USB-C ports. One's a 100 watt port, one's a 30 watt port. You also have the USB-A 18 watt port as well on top of that. Now, with it on top of that, you have a 12 volt 10 amp DC plug. That's your cigarette lighter plug. That's going to allow you to plug in devices like this into it. Now, this is not the actual device for that, but that's what your cigarette lighter plug is going to look like when you plug into it. That's going to allow you to run like air mattresses. It's going to allow you to run fuzz dusters. It's going to allow you to plug in maybe adapters to run other USB-C ports. So you have those options. On the side, you have a single DC 8020 plug to run a single solar panel off of this device. What can you run off of this? Your car refrigerator for over 6 hours. Your laptop about 7 times. 27 phone charges, right? You guys could also do, let's say, 10 watt Bluetooth speaker for 36 hours. 27 DSLR batteries. The variants are going to change, but you can also run a 520 watt double door refrigerator for about an hour runtime. You can do the 60 watt flat screen TV for 8 hours. You guys can also do, let's say, a 100 watt projector for 5 hours as well. 45 watt house fan, about 10 hours or so. Coffee makers, toaster ovens, you guys can run it. 1150 watt window AC technically can run off of this. You're not going to get a half an hour off of that, though. All right, let's just be honest. This one is actually quieter. It's about 22 decibels. It's most of that's the switches clicking over and clicking on with this. Now, like I said, this one sold out quite a lot, so grab it while you can at this price point because $3.99 is a smoking deal by itself. Or you can get it with a great piece. Now, this is one I really like to show. This is the 600 plus, but this is a package deal. Normally an $800 price tag, it's 25% off today. It's $599. Now, you be the choice. Spend $400 on the station alone or spend $599 and get, of course, this amazing solar panel that they designed. This solar panel only comes with this station. Let me repeat. This solar panel only comes with this station. This is a bi-directional charging solar panel. It is a 100-watt solar panel. It does have, of course, these kickstands. This is, of course, got little clips that come undone. It also has these beautiful handles that are pressed on and connected. Now, it is a dual side, so you have the blue side, and when we flip it over and we swap it in, you're going to be greeted with, of course, the black side. IP68 rating, 25% conversion rate of a solar panel. You heard me right, 25% conversion rate. Now, you're probably thinking, well, it's a small panel. No. This panel is super long. It is 4 panels technically long, so you have a nice long panel that's going to grab a lot of light for you guys. Now, it does only have 2 kickstands, but does have, of course, the eye ringlets to tie it up. This is, of course, why I like to show it, because you don't see this panel in any of the other kits. It is in this kit only, so kind of cool with this. So, $5.99 for this, guys. This is a cool little solar panel that comes with that. Big eyes are great for home, but I'm going to tell you, Sheila, you could use like the 5,000 plus system in like your racetrack toy haulers, or if you guys do a lot of sand dunes, you guys could do it in your RVs or your toy haulers for like your four-wheelers and stuff. You guys could run stuff off of the big ones as well, so it doesn't have to be just at home. There's a wide variety of usages, Sheila. Any questions about the 600 plus power station, guys? Please ask. We are definitely here to answer. Oh, you guys didn't hear that, did you? I may have just dropped the solar panel. All right, before we move on, we're going to mention a few things. First and foremost is that banner right there, guys. You see that banner right there? That's right. There's a banner over there. There's a banner I'm touching. I'm touching right there. I want to touch it. It's just a little banner. They are guaranteed their best prices guarantee. So that's a best price guarantee. If you purchase something tonight and you see it on sale at a lower price by December 2nd, reach out to customer service and they will refund the difference. They're guaranteeing that. You also see that 5% discount code. Anything over $1,500, you guys can actually get another 5% off, which is a great deal. You're also going to see the rotating banner down there with the 1000 V2 for $349. You're also going to see the 2000 V2 for $791. You're also going to see the 1000 V2 and solar panel for like $699. Those are your deals of the day. So if you guys want the really big deals, those are your deals of the day with that. All right, so now we're going to move into modular systems. So we're going to talk about modular system, right? So let's talk about the 100 plus. What does modular mean to you? Well, modular to me means that we can add batteries. Now you heard me, right? We can add batteries. I like to add batteries to my stuff. So we're going to talk about the 100 plus or the 1000 plus system. So the 1000 plus system by itself is $645 today. So really great deal. Now we're going to pop over here and we're actually going to move over to, there it is right there. You guys look at it. There's the 1000 plus. This is 1264 watt hours of power at 24% off tonight. Now, you have 3 AC outlets that are going to do 2,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 4,000 watts. On this one, you have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max charging capability per port. You also have 18 watts max charging capability through the ports above it. This is actually only 32 pounds. So 32 pounds for 1,264 watt hours of power is a great deal. Your charge rate, though, is going to be about under 2 hours on a wall plug. 7 hours if you use, let's say, your car charging plug. If you want to use, let's say, solar panels, guys. For the 100 watt solar panels, 4.5 hours. This will accept 4 200 watt panels. So you guys are good there as well if you really want to. Your run times are going to vary with this device because 1,264 watt hours of power means you guys can run 1,150 watt window AC for about an hour or so off of this. That's actually capable of doing very, very well for you guys. You guys can use a power drill about 5 hours. Your pruning saw, 95 minutes. Angle grinder, 2.5 hours. Leaf blower, about 2 hours as well. Really just depends on how many batteries you're adding or what you're using. By itself, it's a standalone system. But you guys can get it with, of course, 2 of the 100 watt solar panels for $929 today. That's a 38% savings. Normally, that's a $1,500 price point. So to get it and 2 of the solar panels, that's a no-brainer to me. I love that you guys can get it with the solar panels. I mean, honestly, for something that comes with, of course, 2 of the solar panels, get 2 more, 4.5 hour charge rate, really phenomenal. But the full kit is what we're going to get into, all right? So we're going to talk about the 1000 plus kit. Now, the 1000 plus kit is going to come with the device that's above it. That's an extra battery. You can add batteries to this. That's what I told you guys. Now, when you add that extra battery, you're going to have 2,528 watt hours of power in a device of this size. The total package weight is about 65 pounds. So the battery, the device below it, and of course 2 solar panels at 65 pounds. It's kind of cool. Now, you can have 3 batteries onto this to give you 5 kilowatts of hour power. 5 kilowatts of hour power should be able to run your house for about a day, or most of your devices for about a day. When connecting up the battery, and I'm going to get up and kind of show you guys this, all right? So connecting up the battery is going to take this large orange cable. You're going to flop down this panel right here. When you flop it down, you're going to be greeted with an A side and a B side. To connect it up to the panel, you're going to take the B side plug and you're going to connect it to the cable. You're going to take this other side and you're going to connect it to the back of this beautiful power station. If you don't need to do that, then don't do it. So I'm going to pop that back on and shut it down. With this, you have a handle. The handle is going to allow you to lift it up and move it around. I'm going to flop it around for you guys because you guys need to see the front. On the front, there is a display. It's going to show you guys the percentage of the charge of the battery. The cool part is when you're linked to the 1000 plus system, when you turn off the bottom system, guys, it will turn off, of course, the top piece. Now, I'm going to link these up. I don't normally have them linked up, but I'm going to link it up. So let's do this. Let's link it up. And let's, of course, connect it into that. Now, we're now linked up to this. So when I do this, of course, I'm going to power it up. We're going to come on, and it's going to, of course, power up the full system. We're now linked. It's going to show a battery symbol, and it's going to tell you guys how many batteries are connected up to this. When I, of course, power it down and power it off all the way, it's going to turn off the battery as well. So it works in sync together. So you don't have to randomly come around and actually turn it off. It's going to be the same way when you turn on the plugs and, of course, the flashlight. So that's the way that kind of works. Now, the full kit, guys, is normally over a $2,000 package. Tonight, it's 33% off. It's $1,399. So you're going to get the battery, the station, and 2 of the 100-watt solar panels at $1,399. That is a great deal. With that being said, if you purchase it tonight, it will be delivered, I think, released on like December 4th. So pre-purchase for it with this package deal at this price. It's a really cool thing. If you want extra batteries, I think the extra battery is like $479 tonight by itself. So if you guys want to add extra batteries, buy it for $479 and you're going to save a few bucks. Really cool little idea with that, and I kind of like it, so you have those options. Now, there is another variant of options with that, and that's actually going to be it and 2 of the 100-watt prime panels. I think I'm going to actually look at that. Hold on. The 100 plus Roam kit, it comes with 2 of the prime solar panels and Z bracket kits. That's actually a 36% savings. It's $899. Whew. That's their newest modular panels that comes with that kit. That means you guys can mount it to the roof of your motorhome and stuff. That's a cool kit too as well. So really great options for you if you need something like that. All right, so any questions about that modular system or any of the deals that they are offering for these Black Friday deals on the 1000 plus? Definitely answer. We're here to answer them or ask. That's right. You ask, we answer, or I just stumble on words. We can play with that. My voice. That's the only way I'm keeping it. All right. No questions about the 1000 plus systems. We're going to move on to the big brother, the 2000 plus then. Now, the 2000 plus is actually a 35% savings today. It's a great price point for those of you that need that savings. And it is on the table over here. So that is the 2000 plus. And you're going to notice that there is a battery above it. So it is a modular system. Now, by itself, it is actually $1299, normally a $2,000 price tag. It is 2,042 watt hours of power in a 62-pound package. You heard me correctly, 62-pound package, so it does weigh a little bit. Now, just like the 3000 Pro, it actually has 2 large 3-inch wheels and a telescopic aluminum handle that's going to allow you to roll it around with it. It also has 2 large orange handles on the side just in case you have to lift it up and put it on a table like me, which I do quite a lot. Now down here, guys, just like the 3000 Pro, you actually have 5 AC outlets. So if we actually zoom in, you guys are going to see these AC outlets. You have 4 of your standard American 3-prong, and then you have your NEMA plug above it. Now, what's kind of cool is it's going to do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6,000. Now, the 2,042 watt hours of power can actually be fully charged in 2 hours of charge time for those of you that need to do that. Now, you guys can do it on a cigarette car lighter in about 25 hours in your car drive across country. With it, it can be used as an EPS. Unfortunately, with the EPS of this one, it is about 0.02 of an auto milliseconds to switch over. So this one's actually a lot more capable and a lot quicker of an auto switchover, which is very beautifully well done with that. On a full charge, you guys should be able to run 1150 watt window AC for about a little under 2 hours of runtime. Now, because it does have a good amount of power, you guys can run like your CPAP machine for about 150 hours. Your 520 watt double door refrigerator, about 3.25 hours. Your 1150 watt window AC, like I said, under 2 hours, or of course a 200 watt desktop PC for about 12 hours. Movie projectors, 14 hours of runtime on a 100 watt movie projector. 60 watt portable freezer, 26 hours. 90 watt mini fridge, 14 hours. This is where it's going to vary though, like your TIG or MIG welders, and you can run a TIG or MIG welder off of this for about a half an hour's runtime. Electric hand drills, 3 hours. Your water pumps, 20 hours. Your angle grinders, 4 hours. Your weed eaters, 2.25 hours. It's going to vary depending on piece to piece. You should be able to do a cell phone off of this about 60 to 70 charges. Your air pump, again, about 20 hours of runtime with your electric air pump. That's like a 50 to 80 watt pump, right? Inverter heaters are usually around 70 watts or higher, about 19 hours of runtime depending on the inverter heater you're using. Can be connected to the manual switch, so manual transfer switch, so you can connect it up. That's a separate piece altogether. Now, by itself, like I said, $12.99. It is a great price point, but you can also get it with two of the 200-watt solar panels for about $1,900. So, with it and two of the 200-watt solar panels, it's a 42% savings at $18.99. That is a great deal for you guys tonight on hand. The full kit, though, we're going to get into that. That is going to be it and that battery above it. So you're going to get it, the battery, and two of those solar panels at I think it's like $2,600. It's like 48% savings yet again, so like $25.99. So at $25.99, you're going to get the battery, the station, and two of the solar panels. That just means you doubled your runtime to 4,085 watt hours of power. Now, here's where we're going to get into this, because I said it's a modular system. It can add batteries, which we just showed you, but you guys can add 5 batteries total to the system alone. When adding 5 batteries total, you're going to have, of course, 12 kilowatts of hour power. But let me back it up. This kit alone, because it's over 3,000 kilowatts, you can reach out to your utility company. You can actually ask them about the Green Energy Tax Credit Program, and you can fill out for it to get like a 30% tax credit break on certain pieces, which is kind of cool. Now, if you add the extra batteries, of course, you're definitely going to qualify for it. What's cool is you can run 2 of these 2,000 plus systems together in parallel, and you can add 10 batteries total, and you can run it for, of course, 24 kilowatts of hour power. What that means is you not only have the 5 AC outlets, you just doubled those AC outlets. You also doubled your USB-C ports. You have 2 of those 100-watt ports. You doubled your USB-A ports, 18-watt ports. You also have that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug over there. Just remember, though, that this station weighs quite a bit, so if you guys are having to lift it around, be a little cautious. Now, like most of these items, they do come with, of course, a beautiful warranty, guys. So if you guys need, don't worry about it with that. So they do have like a 5-year warranty on these. I think it's like a 3-year plus 2-year extended warranty. Now, like most items, you do have a 30-day window guarantee with Amazon. So if you guys see, a bigger station than this one, you have that as well. Any questions about the 2,000 plus system, guys? Any questions at all? I'm definitely here to answer the questions. Not seeing no questions. What's up with that, guys? What's up? No questions. All right, so we're at our 2-hour mark. I'm going to take a 2-minute break, guys. I'm going to step aside. I'm going to get some fresh water. I'm also going to get another little lemon drop that I'm going to break up and get. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you with the video for like 2 minutes, guys. So me and Lois are going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, everybody, okay? Okay guys, I am back from my quick little break, and I hope you guys enjoyed that small little video that we had playing there. That was a quick break, wasn't it? Like I said, under 2 minutes. Didn't need to step away that too long. Alright, so we're back here. We're going to talk about it. You guys saw that cell of the body structure. You guys saw that little video. That's the 5000. You heard me correctly. That little video is leading us into the 5000 system. Now, with that being said, I actually have a nice fresh ice water. So I can actually cool down a little bit because I'm definitely hot. And we're going to get into the 5000. And I love the 5000. So we're going to change camera views. We're going to pop over here. We're going to come into this and we're going to zoom in a little bit closer. So this is the 5000. Now the 5000 power station is a beautiful piece. This is the 5000 plus. This is like $3,499. Now, when Lois gets back from her break, I'll have her click it in the carousel for you guys. So we're going to talk about the 5000 by itself. That's, of course, the first piece. So we're going to get into the 5000. Now, $3,499, but there's a $500 clippable coupon on the device by itself. That's an amazing price point. It's under $2,900, right? So you guys can also use that 5% clippable coupon to save another 5% with this. Now, it is a 132-pound package, so it does weigh a little bit for that. Now, that 132-pound package, though, they said, hey, let's add some wheels on it. So it does have two large 3-inch wheels. It also has two locking casters on the front. Those locking casters means it's going to lock in place so it doesn't reel around or move around for you. On the front, though, you're going to be greeted with, of course, multiple ports. So first and foremost, you're going to see 4 of those AC outlets. That's going to be your standard 3-prong AC outlets. That's like 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power through those AC outlets. So with those AC outlets, though, you guys can peak at 14,400 if you have to. Now, it's only 120 volts, so most of those plugs and devices are not going to be running that range of stuff. Now, you also have 2 USB-C ports. Each of those ports are 100 watts max charging capability. You also have 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max as well. Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Good evening, my friend. Good evening. Now, with this, you do have the cigarette lighter plug. It is a 12-volt 10-amp plug, and I'm not sure why my autofocus is a little off. It's probably from the fan blowing down there, but it is definitely slightly off. Now, this actually has a large telescopic handle in the back, so we can actually tip it up and roll it around and move it around with it, which is kind of cool. And this is where it's going to get kind of variant. So, because it does have NEMA plugs, so it does have 2 NEMA plugs on this device. Now, your NEMA plugs are going to range and vary from the NEMA L14-30 and your NEMA 14-50 plug. So you do have those 2 plugs on the sides with that. So you have them plugs for this. And we'll show you guys those plugs in a few. You're also going to have what's called high pass voltage solar panel connections. You're also going to have low power voltage solar panel connections. Now, it, of course, can do what's called dual unit parallel power of 14,400 watts. Now, with this, though, in high power voltage solar panel connection, you can actually charge at 4,000 watts of solar panel charging rate. That's a lot of power, guys. That's an amazing amount of power to charge this device. By itself, guys, with the 5,000 kilowatts of hour power, you should be able to run most of your house for about a day off of this unit. When you add 5 batteries, and yes, you're going to add 5 batteries to this, you're going to have 30 kilowatts of hour power. That's over 3 to 4 days of runtime off a single unit with the expansions of batteries. You can run this in parallel with the second 5,000, and you can run 10 batteries total to have 60 kilowatts of hour power. 60 kilowatts of hour power means you guys can run your home for over 4+ days on hand. And that's actually kind of cool with this. Now, it is a colossal capacity of power. Now, where it really stands out is the 5000 system can actually run as a 0 milliseconds of UPS. So when you connect it up to what's called the smart transfer station, it will automatically transfer over without any switch over time. It just stays running. You don't have to worry about it. That's actually really cool that it can actually do that, and it's very, very smart and capable. So the system by itself, like I said, $3,499, but there's a $500 clippable coupon. But we also have it with, of course, the 500 watt solar panel. That's the 500X. Now with this, it is like $4,299, but there's a $600 clippable coupon. Plus there's that 5% coupon code that we have that'll have lowest share for you guys. So you're going to save some money. So you're going to get this station and, of course, that solar panel in a kit. You heard me right. A full kit, guys, of under $4,300. That solar panel alone is like a $1,000 solar panel. It's an amazing solar panel. It's a great price point. Now, we can get into a few other things because we're going to talk about it, right? So what could you technically run off of this device by itself? You could run your washer and dryer or your washer or dryer off of this if you really wanted to. So you can actually do that. It has the capabilities of doing that so on. Now the expandability. So like you guys can do your inverter heater for like 10 hours. Your 1150 watt window AC for over 4.5 hours. Your central AC about 2 hours of runtime. Your 520 watt refrigerator. 520 watt refrigerator can run for about 6 hours or so. If you're running your smaller car refrigerators, up to about 4 days of runtime. Now, your TV, you should be able to run your TV for about 2 days off of this without an issue. Your refrigerator, about 3 hours on that device with your refrigerator. You heard me right. So you guys can do your dryer or your refrigerators or your TVs or your shop tools or vice versa, your gaming computers. All can be ran off of this. Your charging capability will change and vary depending on what you're using. So let's say you're using the 4,000 watt high power voltage solar panel array. That is going to be under 2 hours charge time for you guys. If you use the smart transfer switch, we'll show you guys in a few, under 2 hours is what your charge rate is going to be for that as well. For those of you that are doing like just the standard wall plug, which is like an 1800 watt charge rate, 3.5 hours is your charge rate with that. Now, if you're using 1200 watts of low power voltage, which is like multiples of the 500 watt solar panels, right? So you got, let's say, 2 of the 500 watt solar panels and a 200 watt solar panel connected up. It's going to be about 5 hours of charge rate with this. So that is, of course, the system by itself with the solar panel. But we have the full kit. Now, the full kit is going to be like a $6,000 price tag. There's a $100 clippable coupon on the webpage for you guys. So there's a $1,000 clippable coupon, which brings it down to, of course, $49.99. And on top of that, you guys can use, of course, the 5% coupon code that we have as well. Now, this is what this package is going to look like. You're going to get the station right here. You're going to get also 2 of those 500 watt solar panels. You're going to get the manual transfer switch. Now, this is actually the smart transfer switch with, of course, the connecting cable. So you have that. The smart transfer switch will need to be installed by an electrician. So do know it does need to be installed. This is what you're going to kind of do. You're going to connect it up to your fuse panel. This smart transfer switch has its own fuse panel and, of course, power switches with this. It's also smart because it can run the app. The app is going to allow you to see your consumption of power. It's also going to allow you to see your generation of power. Now, it's also going to allow you to see your solar generation and vice versa in between, which is cool. It'll also allow you to see what your battery percentage of on the station and your battery percentage of your solar your batteries. So it has all of those connectabilities in this. Now, of course, oh wait, is this still valid, Lois? There's actually a little picture in here, and I'm not going to say that's valid no more. That is, it says valid from 11/21 to 12/2. So some people may not have seen this. There's actually A free gift protective cover limited to 50 pieces. Now, I'm not sure this is sold out yet, but it may be if there's been over 50 of these sold today. There's an option. I didn't see that earlier. That's actually a new little image. I kind of like that. Kind of cool. Now, this system does have, of course, 120 volt and 240 volt plugs, so you can actually charge EVs off of this. You guys can use it for your computer backup. You're going to have all of these connections down here. Your NEMA plug, your NEMA L14-30, your NEMA 14-50. You're going to have, of course, your cigarette lighter adapter plug, your 12 volt 10 amps, and, of course, multiple AC outlets. Now, we're going to move back here. We're going to back it up because we're going to start and we're going to adjust this system because I want to show you. Oh, hey, so guys, we're going to go back to this. So this is a valid BOGO. So you guys see this BOGO, buy one, get one offer. It is valid right now. So that is a valid offer for you guys. If you buy the 5,000 kit, if you buy this 5,000 kit, guys, you're going to get that protective cover. That protective cover is going to allow you to run this in the rain. That's that cover I was looking at and talking about earlier. That's actually cool. Thank you for checking for that, Lois. I was actually surprised when I found that. I don't think it was meant to be shown on the show tonight, but hey, there it is. You guys got a little quick glimpse of it. All right, let's move this around. We're going to flip it to the side because I want to show you guys the side plugs. This is your AC expansion port. The AC expansion port is going to be for your manual transfer switch or your smart transfer switch. So that's where you're going to plug in that AC adapting plug. Below that is your NEMA 14-30, 120 volt and 240 volt plug. Below that is your NEMA 14-50, which is your larger 240 adapter. Below are 4 AC outlet resets. So if you guys trip these AC outlets, there are 4 transfer switches to reset it. Kind of cool with that. So, right there. So if you guys want, check it out. That's kind of cool. That was quite a surprise to me. I was not expecting to find that BOGO. Now, on this opposite side, guys, you have this panel. This panel is going to pop up, and you're going to be greeted with, of course, your solar panel pieces. So, first and foremost, you're going to have your high pass voltage solar panel connectors. On the opposite side, you're going to have your 80-20 DC plug adapters. To run the high pass over, you're going to have to flip this switch. This switch, once flipped over, you can now start using the high pass solar panel. If you're not using the high pass solar panel, leave it switched and locked off out of place. Below is your AC 100 volt, 120 volt, 15 amp max wall plug adapter. Below that is your DC expansion port. That DC expansion port is going to be for your actual beautifully well done, let me repeat, beautifully well done batteries. So that's your batteries to actually connect this. Now, really cool little piece for you guys with that 5,000 plus. Now, we just shared how you qualify for that, guys. You have to put it in the cart, and you're going to have to qualify filters and all of that other cool stuff. And, of course, will be applied at checkout. I like that. I like that BOGO. That's really, really cool. I'm jealous of that carrying bag. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm jealous of that bag. That carrying case, I am totally, totally jealous of. I'm not sure I actually, you know what? I wished I had another image of that bag. If I did, I would show it to you guys. It's a really cool carrying bag, so kind of cool with that. Now, we've showed you guys the 5,000 with solar panel. We showed you guys the 5,000 with solar panels and transfer switch. Let's show you guys the transfer switch alone, right? So we're going to go into the transfer switch. We're going to do the product page. So this is a $1,600 product. You heard me correctly. The transfer switch alone is a $1,600 product. Now, this is what it looks like. It's got actually two AC1 and AC2, so that's going to be like your station 1 and station 2, right? So that's going to be that. You're going to have an error button. You're going to have your grid or ground light. You're going to have your hot or your center channel light. You're also going to have your play button. This is going to be like your power or pause or resume button. This is where you're going to link it up. Inside it, you're going to have, of course, 12 electric circuits. So these individual circuits can actually be set in and set up for you. You have 2 grid power switches, so you can shut off the grid at any point. Max power range is going to be 14,400 watts at 60 kilowatts of power through this system. 12 individual electric pieces. Now, that's actually kind of cool. So that's going to be do very, very well for you guys. Now, the app is going to do real-time monitoring, remote control accessibility, and customizable electric panel. This would be perfect for any home or any place of the sort. $1,699 for that transfer station is a good price point to run with that $5,000. Now, like I said, guys, if you use the DC plug, the 240 volt plug, you can technically charge your EV cars. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to get a full charge. Let's be honest, those EV cars are large batteries. It's going to take a lot to run one of those systems. But you have the options. You have the options. All right, so we went through the 5,000. We talked about some of the stuff, but what else could you run with that? You guys can run your whole wood shop. You guys can run your metal shop. You guys can power up your home, maybe your small businesses. It would be great for off-the-grid living because you add 5 batteries, you're going to have 30 kilowatts of hour power. I don't know if you guys follow Nate on Instagram or TikTok or any of those other places, right? Nate Pachowski. He's actually a really cool guy to follow. I actually enjoy watching his homesteading stuff. Now, he homesteads and he runs power stations like these. So I believe he actually did a couple Jackery power stations at one point. And that's kind of cool. So you can run your homestead off of this. That means you guys can run like your coffee makers or like your power stations and stuff. You could run, what else could you run? Your electric cookers. You can run your stoves. This will run the whole house. I mean, honestly, it's got all the connectabilities to run those houses. The cool part is if you connect it up through that, the smart transfer switch connection to your already service electric panel, you don't have to plug anything else into this device. It runs it through that panel. So you use your standard wall plugs. So whatever your 12 circuits are in the house that you have connected up to it, those are going to run in your house. So let's say we use circuit 1 for our kitchen fridge. We use circuit 2 for our washer or dryer. Use circuit 3 for like your stove or oven. It's going to allow you to do that. Now, you guys will keep certain things separated because you don't want to max out all the power ranges off a single circuit. It's not always the best thing to do that anyway. So, bunch of very, very great ideas and usability with that. So, I love that 5,000. Of course, like that BOGO. Ramblin' Bob, how are you doing? How are you doing this evening? This place is so hot, my ice is already gone. That thing was full of ice. All right, we talked about it. We're moving into the solar panels now. We're going to talk about solar panels. Now, we're going to get into... No, that's not it. We want that up there. We're going to talk about the 500X. Now, the 500X is their newest solar panel. This is, of course, 500 watts of charging. We would love to be... technically, I wouldn't be the person to talk to. I am not the person to talk to about that. Now, with it, of course, 500 watts of power through this solar panel. It is, of course, a 6-panel piece. Each panel is about 85 watts of paneling. It does connect up, so you can connect it with that on hand, which is kind of cool. Now, the connectability with this, of course, is very, very user-friendly and usable. Each panel used by itself with, of course, the Anderson clip can actually adapt down to a DC plug if you need be. With it together, it is, of course, 6 panels. It is about 98 inches long. You heard me correctly. It is a really, really long panel. 98 inches long when extended and connected together. It is 39 1/4 inches high. It is about 11 inches tall when laid on the ground. With this is a bifacial solar panel. So bifacial means it's grabbing power from both sides. You have a 25% conversion rate of efficiency over some of the others, even in low light settings, which is beautifully well done with this. Now, this can actually work on, let's say, the 2000 plus, the 3000 Pro, and the 5000 plus station. So it is very compatible with those 3 stations, which we just showed you guys the 5000 plus, right? Solar panel is about $999 today. It's actually a great price point for this solar panel. It does come with the carrying bag. Now, we kind of showed you the carrying bag. But it also comes with, of course, the 10-foot cable. Now, this cable is actually a really well done cable. This is, of course, a nice Anderson clip on the one side and the 80/20 adapter on the other side. Now, it is, of course, a long cabling in black colorways, so they kind of moved away from the orange cables. Not a big drawback for that. Now, also, you're going to get this large carrying bag. Now, this is a big carrying bag to carry that solar panel in. It, of course, is water splash proof. It has a double zipper, but inside here, you're going to be greeted with a few things. First and foremost, you're going to get the user manual. The user manual is actually going to tell you guys how to install and connect up the solar panels. Now, some of you may not need that. You're also going to get this very cool little compass. Now, this compass, of course, is actually beautifully well done. It is actually a snap clip, so you can connect it onto your backpack or connect it onto the solar panel. That's going to give you guys your direction of where you're at. You're also going to get the ground spikes, and they do give you ground spikes to actually spike down the solar panel, so you don't have to worry about it blowing away. You guys get 6 of those ground spikes, so they do make sure you have plenty of those. I keep it in the bubble wrap so I don't actually stick myself. Now, the solar panel like itself, guys, if you guys see it back there, is actually kind of cool. So, let's see if I can grab this and move it out of the way. It accordions out. So, if we want to pop back over here, let's do this. Let's grab the other camera and let's move over to this variant over here. So you guys can see it actually spread out over here with this. Now we're going to zoom back out here. So you have it accordioned out. Now I'm going to walk over here and kind of show you guys what it can actually do. The variant of this actual solar panel, because it is of course accordion, you can actually fold it up. When folded up, it's literally 2 inches thick. So that's all it's going to do. Each panel can be individually unplugged over here. So if you guys need to, unplug the clip and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. So you have that range of unclippableness. When you want, put it back out. You guys can set it pretty much wherever you want in a yard, in your house, or on any surface of the size. So that's how that's going to work. And it is, of course, portable when it folds down and it can be put in that carrying bag. So kind of cool little option for those. Any questions about the 500X solar panel? We do have a lot of exclusive deals, guys, tonight. So you have, of course, 3 items that are actually on smoking deals tonight. First and foremost, the 2000 V2 is actually $791 with the code that we have for you. You also have the 1000 V2 by itself at a great price point as well on top of that. Now, you also can get, I think the 1000 V2 by itself is like $349. You can also get the 1000 V2 and 200 watt solar panel for $699. So, bunch of great deals with that. It's just great options of deals for you guys if you need on hand. Now, that is actually kind of cool and a very, very amazingly well done for you. So, just one of them things that you can actually do and need with it. It's great price points. Now, we also have What is the return policy? So, the return policy is a 30-day return policy if you purchase it on Amazon for you guys. So, there's a 30-day return policy for Amazon. That's just what it is. The warranty policy on most of these products are about 3 years to 5 years. So, most of them have a standard 3-year warranty, and then you have the 2-year extended warranty on most of these items. Some do come with just a straight 5-year warranty with that. So, 30-day return plus warranty on systems that you may need help with. So, hopefully that kind of answered your question. All right, so we were talking about the 500X solar panel. Beautiful one. That is, of course, a new one. It's IP68 rating. Can be used out in harsh and wet weather. If it gets dirty, hose it off. Clean it off. You don't have to worry about it. Bifacial. The black side goes up, the blue side goes down. Oh, what's everything? Cybass, I'm going to be streaming. I will be streaming on Thanksgiving. I'm not going to be doing anything but streaming. No Thanksgiving for me. Just streaming. Not even a turkey dinner. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be doing 2 shows that day. 2 4-hour shows. So, we'll be here. Pacific Northwest. So if you're talking like Oregon, Washington, and how it will do in the rainy weather, I technically can't personally off of my own usage because I'm in New England. We either have snow or we have sun. I'm gonna tell you, it'll probably do decently well even in lower light settings, but you may need multiple solar panels to get the charge you really are gonna want. Now, if you, let's say, like, if you get like the larger station, like the 5000 down here, you can actually connect that 5000 plus system up to the high power voltage of a high power solar panel array. Lois may be able to tell you more of the rainy weather charge rate of the solar panels. That's out of my range. That one I have not been able to test. All right, let's show you guys the Mini 40 solar panel though. I still have this clip in my hand. ADHD kicked in and I started clicking it. Let's do this. Okay, Mini 40 solar panel, guys. The Mini 40 solar panel is, of course, an IP68 waterproof solar panel. This, of course, has a magnetic clasp that keeps it shut. It, of course, has nice little ringlets to allow you to tie it down. It is a 1/2 inch thick. With this, it is 10 inches wide by 12 inches tall. It is the size of a notebook or 3-ring binder. This could fit in your backpack. So with it, of course, guys, when you pop it open, you're going to be greeted with a trifold design with quad panels. It is approximately 40 inches long. It's probably as long as my desk, let's be honest. But it's going to do a great amount of usage with this. This is actually kind of cool. So I actually like this. Now, it is a great piece to use on, let's say, like the 100 plus, the 240s, the 300s, and even the 500s. So it is actually well done with that. With this, of course, it's actually very, very beautifully well done, but it is a portable and lightweight piece with this. Now, the Mini 40 solar panel, we're going to talk about it. Let's see here. So I do have... Hey, yeah, no problem. So I do have the information for you. So functionality are the solar panels do work in overcast and rainy days, but will reduce the efficiency, which means you guys are going to get a slightly lower charge rate in overcast days, but still do. Now, I actually did charge in overcast days, just not rainy days, and I was still getting on, let's say, the 200 panel, I was getting over 100 watts of charge, which was actually kind of cool. So, like, in a cloud-covered day, you're going to get about 10% to 25% of the power range instead of the original power range. So, it's going to drop down a little bit for you guys. Now, like let's say a light absorption, or even on a cloudy day, the solar panels can capture and diffuse light with ultraviolet rays, so it will still penetrate through and target the solar panel through your array. So you're actually kind of cool. Now, solar systems are actually very popular and not so used in large cloudy cities, including Seattle and Portland. So they will work in those. So if you guys need, they actually will work in that. I did do a little, got some information on this for you. So with that, of course, guys, the panels are designed to maximize energy and capture even in low light settings. So that's what I was kind of telling you guys. So they do quite well in efficiency. So you're going to get about 25% efficiency in even low light settings. Now, in optimal high light settings, you're going to get the max charge rate. In the lower light settings, it's going to drop down the actual charge rate, but still should work, just like most of the larger solar panels. Lois, thank you for sending me all that information on that. I do appreciate that. I'm actually, you know what? Because I find that information so actually really important, I'm going to attempt to... Why can't I want to pin that to our chat. If Justin or Mrs. Dragon Bloggers in chat, can you pin that comment in chat for me? So cool. Yeah, it'll definitely do good. So, hey, wait. You're in Portland? Welcome, Pacific Northwesterner. I actually was born and raised in Portland, Oregon. I'm actually originally from Portland, Oregon. So welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining our chat. I moved out of Portland over 12 years ago, so I do go back about once a year. It's actually cool to see somebody from the Port. Yeah. Born and raised in Portland, Oregon. I was just back there not too long ago during summer. Yep. I'm glad to see a Pacific Northwesterner. How do you feel about that new baseball stadium they're talking about? Sorry, you got a little sidetracked, guys. Got a little sidetracked with that one. Justin pinned it, I think. I think we're good. Thank you to whoever pinned that. Thank you. I couldn't get it to pin either. I do want to keep that information for later dates, so if somebody asks that again, I do have it on hand. Because I didn't have all that information about the solar panels. That's actually kind of cool. So, guys, we were talking about the Mini 40. Guys, this is a $99 solar panel today. It's about 23% off. This is going to work well for some of the smaller stations with that. It's a really cool one. Since we got a little sidetracked, we're going to move on to... let's do the 100-watt panel. Let's talk about the 100-watt. Now, we're going to talk about the original 100. So this is actually that original 100 solar panel. This is going to do 100 watts of charge rate at 18 volts. It actually has 2 kickstands that Velcro on. It is fully waterproof and water resistant. The one thing I will say is it has a fabric cover on the outside, but it does have an ETFE laminated handle. The handle is magnetic, so you guys have the magnetic handle that will actually magnetically shut. On the back side, you're going to have another kickstand. On this, you're also going to have a pocket. The pocket is what's going to hold the cabling. So there is a 9.5-foot cable. This cable does have an 8020 adapter and a 7909 adapter, so you can connect it up to, of course, the smaller or bigger stations. Now with it, it also has a USB-C port and a USB-A port, so you can actually charge a laptop or a tablet off of this, or even a phone if you want to, which is kind of cool. Now, it is a nice large panel that's going to do very, very well for you guys. Let me put this cable away. And we're going to show you guys this. If I grab this just right, let's set it here. You guys see the amount of light that it's getting off of my actual keystone lights that I'm using? So it will actually do very well. Now, this does 23.5% efficiency in even low light settings. So you're going to get a good conversion rate even in low light settings. Now, You're going to notice that it's a little bit dusty because it's been sitting here for the day with the fan blowing on it, but not a big deal. Literally wash it off with the hose and you're up and running without a problem. It has the cabling. Now, this 100 watt panel is actually at a good price point of like $209 today. So that's a good price point of a panel of this size. Like always, use these tie downs. Either use yard stakes or use rope to tie it down, because when it's out and setting out in the yard, it's a big kite. So if you're in a really windy area, if you guys get like big winds and stuff, it will pick it up like a kite, even though with the weight of it. So that is just one of those things. So that's the 100 watt solar panel right there. Very cool little solar panel. Now, the panel I really like to kind of talk about is the 100 prime. So we're going to talk about the 100 prime. Now, we kind of mentioned the 100 prime panel. Now, this prime panel comes with this, of course, installation kit. This kit is going to be great for the vans, the roofs, balconies, RVs, or even off-the-grid cabins, or even your house. It's going to come with four of these actual bracketries. So the brackets are pre-bent for you. They are, of course, powder, or I don't even know if they're powder coated, but they're definitely painted. It does have, of course, the slot hole for the main bracket, and of course, 2 holes to mount it to the roof that you're mounting it to. Now you get 4 of those brackets per solar panel. So however many solar panels you're getting, that's how many brackets you're getting. Inside it, you're going to get all of the stainless steel hardware. Now you're going to get a washer, a nut, and of course the bolt to mount the solar panel to the bracket. On top of that, you're also going to get, of course, this beautiful, that's right, this beautiful self-tapping screws. And we're going to talk about this a little bit. You guys see how sharp that tip is? That tip is meant for actually going through wood, metal, or any surface that you're attempting to go through. It is a self-tapping screw. On the back side, it's got a waterproof sealed gasket. Now, yes, it's got that washer to help stop the water sealing. What I'm going to tell you is add some silicone, some watertight silicone while you're mounting this down to protect it even more. So do your due diligence to make sure that your watertight seal stays watertight. Now, the 100 prime panel will actually work in minus 40 Celsius temperature. Now, minus 40 Celsius is actually a really low temperature, correctly? You guys can also use it up to about 85 degrees or 85 degrees Celsius as well. Now, we're going to change that because I'm going to be honest with you. Most of you probably don't know what Celsius is. I know I don't. I'm not a Celsius person, right? You guys can do down to it's like minus 40 degrees with this one. It's actually very well done. So you're going to get about a 10-year lifespan. It is an 18 IEC quality test. It is a bifacial design, which means you're going to get a charge from the front and back of this solar panel. So put it on an angle so you guys get the dual light piece. Now this panel will do 25% high conversion efficiency and including low light settings. IP68 waterproof and dustproof, which means you guys can use it in harsh and wet weather. Now it is of course a precise engineered with a 57-degree beveled window edge. You heard me correctly. Now what does this panel look like? Let's grab it. This, of course, is the panel. Now, this panel, of course, is fully aluminum housing. This is the back side, blue edge. Has, of course, your mounting hardware holes. So you guys can decide which hole that you guys want to use. So rather it be this hole right here or side hole, it has it. Now, it has a built-in cable. This cable is about 10 feet long. The cable has 2 plugs on it. First and foremost, has the 80/20 adapter plug on the front. That's your DC plug. If you unclip that piece, you're going to be greeted with, of course, the Anderson clip. Now, the Anderson clip can be paired with, let's grab it, the Y splitter. So we have an Anderson Y splitter. So let's say you guys want to run multiple of these 100-watt panels. You're going to connect up the Y splitter to this, and then you're going to have, of course, that connection. And then you use the 80/20 adapter on the Anderson clip to actually connect it to your solar station. Now on the front, of course, you guys have this beautiful, beautiful glass front that's going to do well for you guys with this. So you have that beautiful front right here. That's got a lot of fingerprints from me touching it throughout these shows. I probably should wash this for the next show. Just saying. Nice and beautifully well done, guys. This is a good panel. Of course, 100 prime. Great price point. This is actually $169 today. So you're going to get that panel for $169. Just be careful with it. It is glass. I've actually dropped it once today. Not trying to. So that's that beautiful 100 prime. $169. I cannot believe that price. Normally a $300 panel. Welcome, Justin. Welcome to the show, buddy. Mrs. Dragon Blogger definitely was here. Now Justin is here. All right, we're going to talk about... Let's go over here. I'm going to grab a different video. We're going to talk about the 200-watt solar panel. Now, the 200-watt solar panel used to be their largest solar panel going in there. Now, I'm going to play this video because this is me pulling out the 200-watt panel. This is me actually showing you guys the 200-watt Solar Saga panel in action. IP68 rating. It also has a sunlight angle indicator so you guys can actually angle it properly to get the proper sunlight and grabbage. Now with this will do 200 watts at 18 volts of connectability, of chargeability with this. It is about 55 inches long or so in stretched out mode, right? It's going to do 24.3% efficiency in low light settings, including rain or overcast days. Fully waterproof, water resistant, can be washed off if you guys need to. So you can wash it. If you have to wash this device, wash it with a hose. You don't have to worry about it. This device will pair up perfectly well with the 1000 V2, the 2000 V2, the 1500 Pro, the 2000 Pro, the 2000 Plus station, the 3000 Pro, including the original 2000. So if you guys want to use it, you can plug it into that as well. Would be able to mount on the rooftops, RVs, campers, or just out in the yard like I'm doing right here. Has a 9.5-foot cable. That cable is actually right here in my hand, so this is the cable that comes with it. The cable does have, of course, the 8020 plug, the 7909 plug, and, of course, the adapter plug. This is an in general cable. Right there, guys, you're going to see me powered up, and I'm going to grab my camera within 10 seconds. We're already grabbing 153 to 154 watts of power through that charging of that solar array. Now, yes, it is a sunny day, but there are some factors that you guys are not seeing. First and foremost, there's a 4-story building in front of the sun right there. So that's blocking a little bit of the sun. Second, the solar panel is not completely flat or straight. So if it was angled completely perfectly, you would probably grab a little bit more light with this. Definitely you could get the 200 watts without a problem of charge rate with that actual station, which is actually beautifully well done. Now, that panel is normally a $700 panel. Today, it's 32% off. You're going to get it for $474. You heard me right, $474. The one thing I will warn you about the 200-watt Solar Saga solar panel, it is a 21-pound panel. Weighs 21 pounds of weight, so it is a little bit weighted. Now, it is, of course, made with monocrystalline solar cells coupled with their IBC technology, which is going to allow it to grab and charge and convert that power to light. Any questions about the solar panels that we showed you guys? I don't see no questions about the solar panels. So we're good there. We're good. All right, we are going to bounce forward. We're going to show you guys a couple product pages. First and foremost, I'm going to show you guys the product page for the 100 Plus battery. Now, this is an expandable battery. Now, this battery is actually coming in at a great price point. So this is what that battery is going to look like. You're going to get this battery for about $479. Now, this is normally a $600 battery. This battery is actually 1264 watt hours of power. This battery is meant for the 1000 plus power station. So if you guys need the expandable battery, we have that option in the carousel for you guys tonight at a great price point. $479. Very, very well done. Now, you link it up with the 1000 plus system, and of course, you guys have a great runtime. Now, it does support AC charging with a single battery. With, of course, the 1000 plus and 1000 plus battery, about 2 hours at 80% charged. If you have 3 of those batteries connected up, it's going to take 4 hours to get about 80% charged. That's just with the batteries, all right? So you have that range in there. It is a LiFePO 4 cell, which is actually very beautifully well done. It is a nice and very beautifully, it does have what's called advanced cooling technologies. It's also got shockproof and fireproof resistant panel for this battery. Lois, I'm just on the single batteries at the end. I'm just kind of showing them some of the extras right now. It has what's called a high temp resistant shell. Now, that is what's considered fire retardant shell. It means it can take, of course, a certain amount of temperature. It doesn't mean it's fireproof. It's fire resistant, guys. Not fireproof. So that's the battery for the 1000 plus system. We also have the, I think we also have the 2000 plus battery in the carousel as well. So we have that in here. I think that's going to be at like 38% savings. This battery is normally like $1,600, so you're going to get it for a great price point today. I think it's like $999 for this, so this is going to be your expandable battery for the 2000 plus system. Same thing, fire retardant shell, high temp shell, cooling technologies, carrying handles, 2042 watt hours of power in LiFePO 4 cells with this. This is what's cool about this one though. The 2000 plus battery pack, the E2000 plus battery, you can actually connect 6 solar panels to this battery. That's going to allow you to have it fully charged in 2 hours. So you can actually add 6 solar panels to this battery alone. So you can charge the battery if you guys need to by itself, which is cool. I like that idea to be able to do that. Now again, 10 years of everyday use on this with it. Of course, you're going to get over 10 years, let's be honest. Compatibility, expandability. Each battery comes with the linking cable. So you do need a linking cable. It does come with that, guys, in this kit. So you are good there to go. Now, with that, we're going to bounce back over here. We're going to talk about a couple of the carrying bags. Now, I'm not going to actually show them. We're just going to talk about them. There's a small, a medium, and a large carrying bag in the carousel. They're going to range from $44 all the way up to about $150. They are, of course, water resistant, scratch proof, dust proof, and have carrying cables on them. They're going to zip up around the stations, whether it be the 240, 300, or 500 for the small size, or you guys can do the medium size, which is going to be like the 1000, 1000 Pro systems, or you guys can do the 1500 Pro or the 1500 or the 1000 Pro in the large carrying bag. Now, the large carrying bag is a little more thicker, a little more scratch resistant, and of course carrying with that. Now there's also another option that we do not have in here tonight, and that's going to be for the 2000 V2. There is a carrying bag for the 2000 V2 that actually heats up. With that bag, it actually allows it to heat up so you can use it in temperatures in minus 40 degree weather. That is not seen before. So them to have a carrying bag that's going to allow you to use this station in minus 40 degree weather is kind of cool. It actually plugs into the 2000 V2 on a USB-C port to allow you to run it at those temperatures, of course, with this. Now, bear with me 1 second, everybody. Hopefully I muted that in time. I did not feel that sneeze coming. So they have a bunch of options for carrying bags and cases. They also have one for the 5000 system. So if you guys are looking, they have a bunch of options for you guys. So there is your options. Now with that, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to grab a chunk of candy to let my voice kind of calm down. I'm going to take a sip of water. and then we'll start talking again. I wasn't smart. Okay. I almost swallowed the candy. Guys, want to see a magic trick? Watch me swallow hard candy. All right, are there any products that anybody in that's viewing or watching would like me to show now that we've went through the whole carousel tonight? I can circle back and I can show random products, or I can circle back and show you guys products you want to see. If there's anybody in chat that would like to see a certain product, please tell me. Lois or Justin, if there's a product you guys would like to see, let me know and we'll circle back and we'll talk about it. I'm going to give everybody about a minute or so and see. Ivan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Before we start going on to the products, I will talk though. We're going to be doing multiple streams throughout the next week or so. So you guys are going to see me here multiple times a day. We're going to be doing long streams to show you guys these products. If you have not given a follow, hit the follow button, hit the live notification button. It costs you nothing to do that. You guys will then be notified when we go live. You guys will also be there for when we drop, discounts and stuff, which is kind of cool. So you have those options. Now, with that being said, you guys are going to notice that banner up there on my shoulder. That banner says price guarantee. The price guarantee of that banner means you guys purchase something today and you see it for cheaper on here on Amazon tomorrow, we're going to guarantee your money back. You're going to get the difference back of that. So you're not going to get your whole price back, but you'll get the difference back. That price guarantee is good till December 2nd. Second, you guys are going to notice the 5% banner over there. That 5% banner is for purchases $1,500 or more. It does exclude the 1000 V2 deal, the 2000 V2 deal, and the 1000 V2 and solar panel deal. So it excludes those three items. Now down there below, you're going to see another banner that's rotating. You're going to see the 2000 V2 for $791. You're going to have to input that code that we have for you to get it for that. You're also going to see the 1000 V2 and solar panel for $699. Then you're going to see the 1000 V2 by itself for $349. That is the best deal of the day. Now, that is over 53% off for that package. Normally, that's like a $700 product. Since there is nobody asking about products to be shown, we're going to bounce back to the 1000 V2 systems. We're going to go from the 1000 V2. So I'm going to grab that because that is the deal of the day. And I'm going to tell you that is really the deal of the day. So we're going to grab this. We're going to grab the table. We're going to pop over here and we're going to talk about the 1000 V2. So the 1000 V2 is a 24-pound package. Now the 1000 V2 is also 1070 watt hours of power. Now the 1000 V2 is actually very priced at over, it's like 50% off for you guys. With that being said, now there is also a $40 clippable coupon with the 1000 V2. So you guys will have to clip the coupon on the Amazon page to get that extra $50 off to get it for $349. That is over 50% off. What am I saying over 40? It's over 50% off. Normally, it's an $800 price tag on this product. With it, you guys see it sitting there with the solar panel sitting on it. Now, it's got 3 AC outlets. Those 3 AC outlets are going to do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power. Now, if I really want to, we can power it up, right, by pressing the button. We can hit the flashlight. We can turn that flashlight on. We can go brighter with it, or we can put it in SOS pattern, or we can shut it off. We have your 3 AC outlets on there. Now, those 3 AC outlets are going to do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 3,000 if need be. Charles, thank you for the follow as well. Now with this, you're going to have a USB-A port at the bottom. That's an 18-watt USB-A port. Above that is going to be the 100-watt USB-C port. And above that is going to be the 30-watt USB-C port. Now the OCD in me wishes the 100-watt port was on either the bottom or the top and the 30 was in the middle. But that's just me, all right? Above that, you're going to find the 12-volt 10-amp DC plug. That's going to be your cigarette lighter plug. So if you need to add a cigarette lighter adapter that gives you extra USB-C ports, maybe you want to connect up and charge a GoPro camera or the vice versa, you can use that plug for this. On the side, you're going to have two DC plugs, 80-20 plugs. Now, I'm actually going to show you guys these. And I'm going to try to grab this without grabbing the broken finger. Those are your DC plugs. This is what you're going to take your solar cable for. And you're going to connect it right into that plug. And you're going to connect the other end to your solar panel. That's all it's going to take. Now, you can actually connect up the 500 panel into this if you really needed to. It's only going to charge you 400 watts, though. Now, if you want, 2 of the 200-watt solar panels can actually have this charged in under 5 hours. Now I'm going to turn this back off because I don't really need it on. Now we're going to talk about the charge rate and charge time with this because it does have what's called Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 means you can actually have it fully charged and running in 1 hour of charge time in super emergency charge mode. Now, here's where it's kind of cool with that, right? So 1 hour charge mode with that. If you want to, though, you can actually do what's called standard fast charging mode. Under 2 hours is where you're going to be at with that. If you want to, though, like I said, 2 200-watt solar panels is going to allow you to charge this at 2.5 hours. Under 5 hours. Remember I said that. Under 5 hours, it's 2.5 hours. Once it's fully charged, guys, 1,070 watt hours of power means you guys can run 1,150 watt window AC under an hour runtime. 520 watt double door refrigerator for about 2 hours. You guys can run multiple other items with this. You guys can do space heaters. You guys can do Bluetooth speakers. You guys can do multiple other pieces on this device. Whether it be your router for a week, your mini fridge for 14 hours, your circular saws, chainsaws. You guys could also run a 45-watt house fan for about 23 hours. Your 5-watt LED lantern, 27 hours. If you want to do the electric heated blanket, about 12 hours of runtime. That's going to keep that chill off of you during those cold winter days. Now, we do know that some people actually got snow last night, so this would be perfect for that as well. These devices would be great in, of course, natural disasters or quick emergencies or anything of the sort. Where it is going to reign supreme is the price point for you tonight. If you just buy it with the Black Friday deal, 50% off, it's $3.99. But why not use that clippable coupon on the Amazon page and get it for $349? That's a smoking deal. And Justin, if you were going to get one, I'm going to tell you to get that one tonight because that deal is really, really hard to pass up. That would run a lot of your stuff that you like to run with it. Of course, great deal. Now, we also have it with, of course, the 200-watt solar panel. I think that's like a $699 price tag. I don't remember. Yeah, so $699 with this, the 1000 V2 and, of course, the 200-watt solar panel. That is a 46% savings, $699. It's a great deal for that, with that, of course. So any questions about the 1000 V2 and what it can do and what it can't do, or what you can charge or what you can't charge, or how you're going to carry it around? If you have no questions, we're going to move on to its big brother. And the big brother is literally, if we zoom out, it is right there for you guys. So that station next to it is called the 2000 V2. Now, the 2000 V2 is, of course, the big brother, and the big brother is about $791 today if you use the discount code that we have. Charles, how are you doing? Now, we're going to get into this, though, because we do have a discount code, guys, so you can get it at, of course, $791. which is, of course, I believe. I don't actually have the code sitting in front of me. Can someone share that code? Why did my code got deleted from me in front of me? So just bear with me. I'm gonna get you guys that code real quick. Let's see here. I do have the code. It is actually way up here though. All right, the code is considered BFE 2000 V2. That code is going to get you guys at $791 for this price. Now, 2042 watt hours of power. It does weigh about 39 pounds. Now, with that, you do have 3 AC outlets. Those 3 AC outlets are going to do 2200 watts of pure sine wave power for you guys. So you do have a good amount of power through those 3 American Standard AC outlets for your devices to be plugged in for you. Now, with it, you also have, of course, 2 USB-C ports, just like that one. I am looking for a whole home power station. Charles, I got you. Hold on. I actually have you covered, Charles. So what? You know what? All right, cool. I got you covered. Let me show you this. Let me actually change your views. Let's show you guys this device. I'm going to move my carousel. We're going to go to the 5000 plus system. So if you want to run your whole house, we have a couple options, but this is their newest product. So this is the 5000 plus. The 5000 plus is 5042 watt 5042 watt hours of power. We're going to get into this. So by itself, it is actually $3,499. But there's a $500 clippable coupon, so that brings it down to under, I think it's like $299 or $2,999, right? We also have a 5% code that you can use tonight that's going to get you an extra 5% off of that top purchase. Now, this device can run your whole house without a problem. This has actually got 5,040 watt hours of power and a LiFePO 4 cell. With it on front, you're going to see 4 of those standard American plugs. Now, those 4 plugs are actually going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 14,400 watts. With this device, though, you have 2 USB-C ports that do 100 watts charging capability, 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max charging capability, and a 12-volt 10-amp plug on the front as well. Now, not only does that do this, but it does actually have two NEMA plugs. So it actually has the 2 NEMA plugs. Now, these NEMA plugs are going to be your 14-30 and your 14-50. I don't want to misspeak on that NEMA plug, but I believe it's your 14-50 on that one. So you have the 2 NEMA plugs that can actually work with this. Now, this is where it's going to be kind of cool. I'm going to back it up so you can kind of see this fully. So we're going to go way back, and I'm going to show you guys this whole thing. Now, this is a large power station. This power station weighs 132 pounds. They thought about it, though, guys. They really did think about it. So you have this handle right here, right? This handle, you guys can see, I can tip it, and I can roll it without a problem. It takes no work to tip it and roll it. So you're good. On the bottom, there's 2 large 3-inch wheels. There's also 2 large casters. Those casters do lock in place. On the opposite side, which I'm going to turn it to, and we're going to zoom in a little bit. So this side is going to have your expansion ports. So we're going to zoom in some. So right here, you're going to have your AC expansion port. This AC expansion port is going to work with your manual transfer switch or your smart transfer switch. And they actually made a smart transfer switch for this. That transfer switch can actually connect up to your circuit breaker in your home. I'm curious the full capacity and the ability attached to the building. Yeah, I'm going to get there. Totally going to get there with it. I'm going to go through this. So you have your NEMA 14-30 plug that does 240 volt connectability or 120. So you have the 120 or 240. You also have your 14-50, which can do 120 or 240 as well. That means you guys can plug in a smart car and charge a smart car off of this. Has that capability. Now, by itself, it is 5 kilowatts of hour power, right? You can actually add 5 batteries to give you 30 kilowatts of hour power to this single device. Now, it does have a bunch of fans. It also has cell-to-body technology where it actually encapsulates the LiFePO4 cells into the body of the housing, so it actually is a lot safer with that. Now, with it, though, it's got some more technologies that we're going to get into with this, and I'm going to turn this around. Not in the mood to hurt my hand some more, so we're going to flip this around on the opposite side. The opposite side, you're going to have your wall plug, of course, to charge it on your wall plug, but you also have your battery expansion slot. That's where you're going to link up your batteries. So you're going to link up every battery to this. Underneath this little flap, it has high pass voltage solar panel connections. So you guys can do your large solar panel arrays, like your 4,000 watt hour solar panel arrays. So your 4,000 watt solar panel arrays can actually connect up to the station. A lot of the other stations don't do that. To do that and use it, you're going to have to flip this red switch on the screen block and go into high pass voltage switchover. If you don't want to use that, you can use the dual DC plugs, your 8020 plugs, and you can do over, I think it's like, I think it's 1,200 watts of charge rate. So 2 of the 500 watt solar panels and the 200 watt panel, and you're good to go with that. So with that, you have a lot of expandability, but here's where it's going to get kind of cool with the 5,000 plus system. You can actually go and link it to a second system, run it in parallel with and run it in parallel. When you run it in parallel, you can add 10 batteries total, and you can go 60 kilowatts of hour power. 60 kilowatts of hour power should be able to run your whole house for at least 4 to 7 days without charging itself. So you have all the usability with that. It can actually run a house dryer. So if you want to run a dryer off of this, you have the ability to do that with this. So that's actually kind of cool. So very, very expandable and very usable. The system alone should be able to run a dryer for about 3 hours. It should be able to run your flat screen TV for over 2 days. It should be able to run a 520 watt refrigerator for about, a 520 watt refrigerator is going to be about 6 to 7 hours or more. Technically, if you're using it just for a fridge and you're not opening your fridge does not power up all the time. So it can run for multiple days on the system itself. You could run an inverter heater for about 10 hours, your 1150 watt window AC for almost 5 hours. Your central AC, which takes a lot more power, is going to be about 2 hours of runtime. Now, once you start adding the batteries, you're doubling and tripling and quadrupling, and of course, and going on with the amount of power with this. Now, that's kind of cool in all of its own right, but we're going to go in a little bit farther and in depth with this because, like I said, the 5,000 by itself is $34.99, but there's a $500 clippable coupon. You guys can also knock another 5% off. But if you want to get it with that 500 watt solar panel, it's like $4,299. There's a $600 clippable coupon as well. And again, 5% off. Or you can get the whole kit, and that's where we're going to bounce to, this whole kit. This kit's kind of cool, so we're going to go to the product page and kind of show you this kit. This kit's a $6,000 kit. There's a $1,000 clippable coupon, which brings it down to like $4,999. You're going to get 2 of the 500 watt 500X solar panels. You're going to get the 5,000 plus, and you're going to get the manual transfer switch, which is the smart transfer switch. This switch actually will be wired into your circuit breaker or your electric box in your house. This will allow you to do what's called 0 milliseconds of switchover. Now, a lot of the systems only do 20 milliseconds of switchover. This is 0 millisecond switchover. There is no switchover time. It will automatically switch over so when your power goes out. Alex, how are you doing? What's up? So you don't have to worry about the switchover. So if you have a computer connected to it, there is no switchover time. You're good. The smart transfer switch has 12 circuit breakers built in, or 12 circuit breaker sections. It has a dual gate or dual grid switch to turn it on and off if you want to. Works with the app. The app will allow you to control the charge rate that's being charged in. It'll allow you to see that. It'll allow you to see the consumption rate of the power coming out. It'll allow you to see what your batteries are charged at. Every battery that's connected up to it, which is kind of cool with that. So it has all of that tracking, your generation from the sun, like what power is coming from the solar array. It will also tell you guys your house consumption, your what power you're generating from the electric as well, depending on where you are actually using it. It's cool that it shows all of that. It's got real-time monitoring with the actual smart transfer switch. It's an amazing little piece for that. Now, still very safe to use in a house. It does not put off any gases, but it has multiple points of connections, over 12 output ports. That 0 milliseconds is where it's really, really phenomenal, Charles. So that's where it's going to be good for, like your Wi-Fi, your PCs, your home data centers. Maybe you're a crypto miner. You don't want it to shut down. That 0 millisecond switchover means you have no shutdown time with this. And like I said, that full kit, normal price $6,000. There's a $1,000 clippable coupon. Plus, use that 5% discount code that I'll have Justin share in chat, and you get another 5% off. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal piece. So that $5,000, it's a really, really beautiful thing. I'm going to tell you, that is, of course, amazing little product. Yeah, the EcoFlow, I have not messed with the EcoFlow, so I don't know a lot about the EcoFlows, but I do know this one, so we're good there. So, yeah, right there, guys. That BFLIVE 1500 will get you an extra 5% off of anything over $1,500. So, any more questions about the larger system? Now, Charles, there's another option for whole home usage, and that's going to be the 2000 plus system back here. Now, that 2000 plus system, I can show you that as well. So let's do this. Let's go back over here and let's go to the table. So the 2000 plus system can actually have up to 5 batteries linked to it, and that will give you about 12 kilowatts of hour power. It does have 5 AC plugs, 4 your standard, 1 NEMA plug, but it only does 120 volts. It doesn't do 240 volt. So it's not going to run your washer and dryer, unfortunately. But hey, it's got all the other stuff with that, but it could definitely do your whole home. Can be ran in parallel with another 2000 plus system and actually have 10 batteries total to give you 24 kilowatts of hour power. So, yeah. Yeah, so definitely, this can actually do that. No, it can do it. It can go all the way up to 24 kilowatts of hour power. It's going to take you a lot more to get there. So, you're definitely wanting to go with that station right there. So, that in 5 batteries is going to give you over 30 kilowatts of hour power. They do, I believe, I'll have to check on that. Let's check on this. Let's see if I can find, Justin, can you find the price of each of the batteries for that? I don't actually have the price of the batteries in front of me, so if you can find the price of the batteries, that would be great. I don't know why I don't have the price of the batteries in front of me. But yeah, that's going to be your best bet then for over 20 kilowatts of hour. That's going to be your creme de la creme, the Jackery systems. And the cool part, like I said, LifePo 4 cells, and it, of course, has the cell-to-body technology. I like that they're doing the cell-to-body technology. It actually makes the package smaller. The old ways that the LifePo 4 cells were built, okay, yeah. Maybe it's not on there yet, but it is. The warranty, that's going to be a 5-year warranty. 5-year warranty on that station. I thought they were on there. Lois, if you are listening, are the 5,000 batteries on Amazon or are they not on Amazon yet? They are out there for sale, so you can get the 5,000 batteries, so don't worry about that. They just not be posted right here. You can get the battery, so that's not a problem. So Okay, so they are on Amazon. So we're adding the battery to the carousel for the 5000 system, guys, right now for you. So we're going to get that link for you guys, and then we'll share it with you as well, which is kind of cool. And I'll show you guys the page for the 5000 battery. Oh, no problem. That's why we're here. And if you look up there in the banner, let me pop over. Let's do this. Charles, if you see that top banner, it's called Best Price Guarantee. So if you see these products and you purchase them today like you really want to, but you see the price drop by December 2nd. So if you see it drop before December 2nd, reach out to customer service and they'll refund you the difference of that price drop, which is kind of cool that they're guaranteeing that. And again, any purchase over $1,500, guys, you can get, of course, 5% off on top of that, which is cool. We are waiting for the link to show you guys the battery. So, all right, so cool. Oh, the battery. Oh, yeah. So we're having a technical issue on the Amazon link. So do apologize about that, but they do make batteries for them. If you can't get them here, you guys know where to look, or just write our channels and we'll actually show you guys. So they do have the batteries though. The batteries are kind of cool. Each battery, of course, is going to double your battery runtime. I can go into some of the specs of the batteries, which I will do right now for you guys. So we're going to go into some of these specs, of course, with this. I'm going to just pop over here and we're going to do this real quick. So let me grab this. Let me find, of course. I'm going to grab the battery packs. So each battery is going to give you an extra 5,040 watt hours of power. Each one will allow, of course, with over 4,000 charge cycles, which is going to be about 10 years of usage. It has, of course, the cell-to-body technology, which is going to ensure lightweight and more strong space and more insurance. Will work all the way down to minus 15 degrees Celsius or more with that, which is kind of cool as well. The 2000 V2 Manny is not expandable. The 2000 Plus is. The 1000 Plus and the 5000 Plus is an expandable system. 2000 V2 is not expandable. Now, the real-time monitoring does work with the smart display on the battery as well, so it does link up and will work with that, so you can do that with the 5000 Plus pack. So that's kind of cool. It does have 5-year warranty, so the pack does have a 5-year warranty as well. Yeah, the 0 milliseconds of switchover, which I tested, you guys do not have to worry about it. It will not shut down your computers. You don't have to worry about data lossage. So if you guys have something plugged in, you don't have to worry about it shutting down. It's not going to lose any of the power. So the 5000 system does accept and do that, which is kind of cool. But it is 132 pounds, so do know it does weigh a little bit with that. Very, very beautifully well done. So the warranty is going to be like a 5-year warranty with a 2-year optional extended warranty option. So you guys can extend it an extra 2 years with the warranty with that. Now, we can kind of get into it. The battery alone is going to weigh about 81 pounds. So the battery does weigh a little bit. It's a big battery. Let's go there. It is a LiFePO 4 cell system. The battery is approximately 16. The battery's 16 inches by 13 inches by 13 inches, if I can remember correctly, because I was actually looking at the batteries earlier. It is an IP20 ingress protection, so it does have a protection built in. The maximum short circuit current or duration is about 2600 amps at 5 milliseconds. Most of you guys are not going to see a spike like that, so don't worry about it. Can work into about 5-degree weather to 113 degrees. Do say protect it. So the cool part, like I didn't talk about this. So if you buy the 5,000 plus guys station today, I'm gonna go in here. If you buy it, there is a BOGO deal if you get the kit. You're gonna get what's called the protective cover for that 5,000. Limited to 50 pieces though. So there are 50 pieces of that protective cover that you can put this 5,000 in, which makes it water resistant and waterproof, which is kind of cool, and dust proof. So it is there for the guys for that kit, of course. So kind of cool that they added that. It is also in on for the regular 5,000 by itself. So you guys have that BOGO for that carrying bag as well. So totally forgot about that. So Justin, when are you going to pull the trigger and get yourself one? So Manny, no, like I said, the 2000 V2 is not expandable, but it is definitely a beautiful piece of technology. The 2000 V2 is 2042 watt hours of power with Charge Shield 2.0 and does have that cell to body technology. So it's a really good piece of technology. If you want an expandable one, guys, go with the 5,000 plus, go with the 2,000 plus, or go with the 1,000 plus systems. Those are all very expandable systems. The 1,000 plus system can be expanded all the way up to 5 kilowatts of hour power with 3 extra batteries. The 2,000 plus can be expanded with 5 batteries to go up to 12 kilowatts of hour power. Or if you guys run it in parallel with the second system, you guys can go up to 10 batteries, which is 24 kilowatts of hour power. The 5,000 plus can actually have 5 batteries to give you 30 kilowatts of hour power. If you link it with the second 5,000 plus, you can have 10 batteries and have 60 kilowatts of hour power. So all three are very expandable. All three can run your whole household without a problem. Just 2 of those will do it a lot easier and a lot better. Of course, the 5,000 is going to be able to run your washers and dryers. It will run your TIG MIG welders. Will run your outdoor ACs. So really cool options. Anything else you guys would like me to show or talk about? While you're doing that, I'm going to get something for my throat because I feel a cough coming on. All right, since we had somebody ask about the 2000 V2, we're going to bounce back to the 2000 V2. That's what we were actually about to talk about. Now, the 2000 V2 is a really, really cool little piece of technology that's going to do some amazing stuff for you, right? I'm going to pop over here. We're going to change cameras. We're going to go to the table, and we're going to go downwards. That is the 2000 V2. Now, 2042 watt hours of power has Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 means you guys can fully charge this in a 1 hour charge rate in supercharge mode if need be. Now with this, you have 3 AC outlets that's going to do 2200 watt pure sine wave power, but it can peak at 4400 if you need to. The 2000 plus, the 2000 V2 actually weighs 39.5 pounds. Oh, so unfortunately, guys, the 5,000 plus battery listing is having an issue with showing because of the promos on the system. The batteries will become available on a 12/2. Just so you guys know. It's all good. Make your food. It's okay. My kid's trying to make her dinner without making too much noise. It happens, child. So this is cool, though. The 2000 V2 is a really, really amazing little piece. So we're going to get into it because it can do quite a bit. Now, with the app control, which runs most of these systems, we're going to pop over. We're going to turn a flashlight on. You can turn the flashlight on just like that. You can also turn highlight on. You guys can also turn SOS pattern or turn SOS pattern off. You can also turn on the actual screen by tapping a button. If you want to, I can actually turn off the DC plug. Now, what you guys will probably notice is I've actually had my camera batteries charging for the last hour or so. They are now fully charged, so I actually charged those without a problem. I actually needed those charged for videos, so gave me an option to charge it. Now with this though, you guys, there is a $100 clippable coupon if you want to use it that way, or you guys can use the discount code that we have for you tonight. You can get this 2000 V2 for $791 with the discount code. Charge time is going to vary between the devices that you're using. If you're using supercharge mode, it's going to be about 1 hour. If you're using standard fast charging mode, under 2 hours charge time. If you use standard AC charging mode and of course a solar panel, 50 minutes fully charged, you're good to go. I kind of like that. If you have 2 of the 400 watt Solar Saga solar panels, or 2 of the 200 watt solar panels, 5 hours is what your charge time is going to be. Now this one has a UPS that's 20 milliseconds of switchover, but it only, this 20 milliseconds, guys, is not really that long of a switchover though. Run times are going to vary depending on the product you have plugged into this device. Up to about 20 hours with a water pump, 20 hours with an air pump. If you guys want to use like your shop cleaning vac, like your shop vacs, right? 2.5 hours of runtime on a shop vac. Your electric grill, about 1.5 hours or so runtime. Your electric tree trimmer is about 2.5 hours. Your electric heated blanket, it's going to vary depending on the electric blanket you're using, guys. There is a math to those systems to determine the actual power draw and range. So do know there is a math to those for those of you that need to do that on hand. Like I said, though, the 2000 V2 is about $791 today with our discounted code for you guys. Or you can get it with 2 of the solar panels at a 40% savings at $1,500. Phenomenal price point. Any questions about the 2000 V2 or 2000 V2 and solar panel kit, please ask. Now, with that being said, we have about 30 minutes left, and I want to show you guys a product that usually sells out so quick that I never get a chance to show it on show. We're going to move up to the top of the table. We're going to go all the way to the top. That little thing sells out so quick, I've barely got able to show this. It is now in stock. This is the 600 Plus Power Station. The 600 Plus Power Station has Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 allows you to emergency supercharge in a 1-hour charge rate. What's really cool about this little system is it only weighs 16 pounds. It is very lightweight. It's actually very small. Look at the size of that thing. That's actually a very small little system. Now with this system, you have 632 watt hours of power in LiFePO 4 cells. It has 2 AC outlets that do 800 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 1600 if you need be. On the opposite side, you're going to have a 12 volt 10 amp DC plug. You're then going to have a USB-C 30 watt adapter plug. Below that, you're going to have a 100 watt USB-C port, and below that, an 18 watt USB-A port. With this, like I said, Charge Shield 2.0, 1-hour charge rate, you're up and charged and you're good to go. Or if you want to, use 2 of the Solar Saga solar panels and have it fully charged in 4 hours. Now that's going to be the 100 watt panels, so 4 hours with those panels. Runtime is going to vary. 27 cell phone charges, 7 hours on your laptop, 6 hours of your car mini fridge. You guys can do a lot more than that with this device though. You guys can actually do, let's say, a Bluetooth speaker for about 36 hours. You can do 27 8 watt camera batteries, like these batteries I just did and charged. If you want to though, you guys can run your Nintendo Switch off of this for, I'm going to say probably almost about 80 hours or more. You guys can run a 100 watt movie projector about 6 hours. Your 520 watt double door refrigerator, about an hour runtime. That big flat screen TV, which you guys have barely seen tonight, can be ran for about 8 hours off of this device. 10 hours on your 45 watt house fan. This device by itself is 20% off tonight. It's $399. It is a crazy, crazy deal for this product. And like I say, guys, this thing sells out so quick, I barely get a chance to show the 600 plus. And that's because when people purchase it, they buy the kit. This is the 600 plus and 100 watt solar panel. Normal price tag is $800, but it's $599 tonight. That's that 600 plus power station, but it's the new solar panel that only comes with this station. Let me show you guys that. So this is that panel that comes with that station. This is a 100 watt bifacial solar panel. This 100 watt solar panel is of course fully waterproof and water resistant. Has of course two kickstands. It has these riveted on straps with nice strong straps. It of course has clasps that latch it together. And it is a bifacial, which means, guys, you have the blue side. And if we move it over here, you have the black side. Now, the black side is going to be your front side. It is a trifold design, but it is a quad panel. This is a large panel. Like, I'm trying to show you guys how long this panel really is. This panel is super long. This panel is going to do 100 watts of charge rate at 18 volts. Two of these panels connected to that 600 plus, you're fully charged in 4 hours without a problem. This solar panel is an amazing solar panel that does 25% efficiency and even low light settings because it is a bifacial design. This is why that package or that product sells out so quick. This solar panel is only available with this station. So you can only get this 100 watt solar panel with the 600 plus kit. So if you guys want this beautiful 100 watt solar panel, I mean, honestly, if you look at this compared to the original 100, which one am I going for? I'm going to definitely go for the bifacial, but this one still has its place really, really well. I love that they said, hey, let's make a creative item and add it to just this package. So that's why I had to show you guys this. This is kind of cool. I love this panel. I've been using this panel, guys, so this panel is kind of cool. This is the cabling for that panel. This cable, of course, has an 8020 plug and a 7909 plug. It also has an 8020 adapter plug that has a USB-C port on the front. It also has the backside that connects into the solar panel, which is going to connect into this little brick right here. So fully waterproof brick, though, very acceptable. Just make sure that you push that piece in all of the way so it is actually connected in there for you guys. So really cool little options. Now, like I say, though, all of these stations always come with a cable package. So you guys are going to get like a charging cable, and rather it be the 3-prong standard American wall plug in orange, black, or old school laptop brick style, depending on the station you have. You may get a variation of this. This is going to be, of course, your car charger. This is a cigarette lighter plug that plugs into your cigarette lighter adapter to charge your actual device off of your car. You may also get a variation of, let's say, a Y-splitter Anderson cable, depending on if you guys get, let's say, the 100 prime panel. So you'll get different variations in different pieces. Some may even come with a carrying bag. Now, like I said, 5% off discount code, anything over $1,500. Now, this actually would include this deal. So if you buy this and a few other products, up to about $1,500, you're going to get, of course, an extra 5% off. That's really, really cool. Any questions about the 600 plus, please definitely ask. Now, we do have 30 minutes left, so I'm going to ask Lois or Justin, do you guys have any specific product that you would like me to show again? Now, I do know that we could show you guys the 500X solar panel, which is a great panel. It's a new product. I can actually fold it up and bring it closer if you guys would like to. Or we can circle around to the bigger station again if you guys want to see that again. Let's just make sure and see what we want. I do love these products, so I'm having fun with these. I believe. All right. We're going to show the 1000 plus and 2000 plus systems. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to go into the modular range. So we're going to start off with the 1000 plus system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce down here. We're going to move over to the 1000 plus. Now this, of course, is the 1000 plus system, if I can get my camera to connect up. This is 1200 plus watt hours of power, 1264 watt hours of power. Now, the device by itself is 24% off today. It's $645.99. Normally $850 for the station. Now, this station is, of course, a modular system, so you can actually add batteries to it. And we'll get into the batteries in a few. The station has 3 AC outlets that do 2,000 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 4,000. Now, this can be fully charged in under 2 hours on a wall plug if you want to. Now, if you need, though, you guys can actually add 4 of the 100-watt solar panels to have it fully charged in 4.5 hours. If you want, though, you can actually connect up 4 of the 200-watt solar panels and have it charged in half of that time. On a car cigarette lighter charge, about 7 hours is where you're going to be at. Now, on this, you do have 2 USB-C ports. Those are 100-watt pass-through capable ports. You also have 2 USB-A ports that are going to do 18 watts of charging capability. Now, on this, of course, you have the 12-volt 10-amp plug, and you have that flashlight on the front. This does weigh approximately 32 pounds. Now, it is, of course, created with the LiFePO 4 cells, which is amazing. Very, very amazing. Now, works with the app. The app's going to give you control of the flashlight, the AC plugs, the DC plugs, and, of course, you're going to see your battery charging level. LiFePO 4 cells is going to give you about 10 years lifespan at 4,000 charge cycles before it drops down to about 80% battery charging capacity. This does have a Class 10 UL certification protection, even in, of course, drop protection and fire retardant shell. Has up to about 62 forms of protection like short circuit, overcharge, and all of that in between. It is about 30 decibels of sound. Most of that is going to be the fan when charging, or of course the other vice versa. Now it does have, of course, that 3-year plus 2-year warranty, so you have 5 years of this. It has, of course, a battery management system. It's an intelligent battery management system, which is going to provide multiple layers of protection for worry-free adventuring and connectability. Ultra long standby mode, which is activated, which is kind of cool, so you can actually stand by. If you fully charge this device, it should stay fully charged for over a year if not in use with it shut off, which is cool. That's actually very versatile of a system. Now, like I said, fully charged in about 2 hours of charge time if you want to. Standard charging mode with the solar panels is about 400 watts, but you guys can go up to 800 watts of charging with the solar panels, so you guys can definitely do that. Now, it is a nice little piece, but you guys are going to get it for about $645.99 by itself. Or you have the option to get the 1000 plus with 2 solar panels. That's going to be the 100-watt solar sagas. This is normally a $1,500 price point. It is 38% off today. It's $929. That's a great deal for you guys. So if you need something like that, check that out. We are going to talk about the 1000 plus kit. So that's where I'm going to go. This is normally like $2,100. It's $1,400 today. This is going to be that station, the battery sitting above it, and 2 solar panels. Now, the battery is going to expand it to another 1,264 watt hours of power. So you're going to have 2,528 watt hours of power in this package. Now, you can add 3 batteries total to give you over 5 kilowatts of hour power. The battery does have to have a linking cable. The battery, when linked up, can actually run the screen. So watch this, guys. I'm going to power this device up. When I power it up, it's going to come on. It's going to turn on the screen of the solar battery. So that battery is going to give you 100% percentage right here. The station is also going to read off on the bottom the amount of batteries that are connected to it. The linking cable. This is your linking cable. So this cable does have an A and B side. We'll only plug in one direction for the A and B side. So you do have to link those up to make it actually work. So B slide will go to the battery, A slide will go to the station. Once it's linked up, I can actually turn a flashlight on, or I can hold the power button down and turn the whole system off, and it shuts off the battery with it. That's actually very cool, and it will work with all 3 batteries. So you don't have to worry about it. So all 3 batteries will do that for you. So really, really cool options. Now, this will do well for your RVs, your camping, emergencies, smaller living homes, like your small houses. So I'm talking really, really small houses. So not talking about your big 1,500 square foot. I'm talking like your 300 square foot little small living little homes, right? This is going to be good for those variations. So we have the system by itself, we have the system with solar panels, or we have the system with the battery. So very expandable, very beautiful, and actually perfectly well done. Now, like always, you have a 30-day return policy on Amazon. That is your return policy. You're probably not going to want to do that because these are actually really amazing stations. I love them so much so. So that's the 1,000 plus. Now we have the 2,000 plus as well. That is the big brother to this, and that's going to be, of course, over here, and I'm going to have to actually zoom out some. So you're going to see the 2,000 plus system here. Now the 2,000 plus system is a nice and large modular system that is geared to run your whole household. Now the 2,000 plus system, guys, by itself is $1,299 tonight. It is normally a $2,000 price tag. Miss Online, welcome. Thank you for following. 2,042 watt hours of power, but in a 63-pound package. Now, the 63-pound package, because it is heavy, has 2 large 3-inch wheels. That's going to allow you to roll it around on most surfaces. Whether it be dirt, carpet, grass, whatever you really want, you can roll it around with those wheels and the telescopic aluminum handle. Now, on the front, you're going to have 4 of your standard 3-prong American AC outlets. You're also going to have your 5th AC outlet, which is going to be your NEMA plug. Now, these do 120 volts. They're going to do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6,000 for you. Now, at 6,000 watts, you guys can run a TIG or MIG welder off of this system. Now, 2,042 watt hours of power can be fully charged in about 2 hours of time on a wall plug, which is actually decently well done. If you have 6 of the 100 watt solar panels, that's right, 6 of the 100 watt solar panels, it's going to take 6 hours. Here's where it's going to get kind of cool. You can actually connect up to 6 of the 200 watt solar panels and charge it in less time than that. Now, where it's really cool is you guys can even do 6 of those solar panels on the battery as well. So you can run multiple batteries with this. Now, your runtime, because you're going to have 2,042 watt hours of power, you should be able to run a 1,150 watt window AC for approximately almost 2 hours. For the people that need a CPAP machine to sleep, about 150 hours of runtime on this device by itself. It's a nice long runtime. Your 200 watt desktop PC should be able to run about 12 hours of runtime. Your 520 watt double door refrigerator is about 3 to 3.5 hours with this on hand. For the cell phones, up to 60 to 70 cell phone charges, 45 drone batteries, 19 hours on your inverter heaters, about 20 hours on your air pump. That's like a 50 watt air pump. Your TIG or MIG welder, your welding machine, your 5,800 watt welding machine, you're going to get about a half-hour runtime off of this. And that's a lot of power to run off of this by itself. So the station itself, like I said, $1,299, a great price point for the 2,000 plus. Now, we have the 2,000 plus 2 of the 200 watt solar panels at $1,899, which is a great price point. It's going to come with that station and 2 solar panels for you guys. So you have that option. Now, we're going to talk about the full modular kit, the 4,000 kit. The 4,000 kit on the 2,000 plus system is going to be the 2,000 plus the E2000 plus battery pack that's sitting above it. You're also going to get 2 solar panels for $25.99 tonight. That's a 48% savings. The moment you added that battery, you actually expanded the power to 4,085 watt hours of power. Because you just went over that 3,000 watt hours of power, you guys can reach out to your utility company. You can actually inquire about the Clean Energy Green program, or the Green Clean Energy program, and ask about the 30% tax credit break that you guys can actually qualify for by filling out for that. Now with this, you have a larger linking cable like the small one I showed on the 1000 plus system. That linking cable is going to link the battery to the system up to 5 batteries. So you can add 5 batteries to the system alone and have 12 kilowatts of hour power. 12 kilowatts of hour power should be able to run your house for a couple days without a problem, correct? Which would be kind of cool. Now you can actually link it up and run it in parallel with the second 2000 plus and 10 batteries and have 24 kilowatts of hour power. Just know that's a lot of batteries and a lot of power stations. Now, yes, you can hook up a manual transfer switch. Unfortunately, it's only going to do about 20 milliseconds of switchover, though. It doesn't have a 0 millisecond switchover. Now, the variants of different devices that you guys can charge and run off that's going to be like, let's say, your AOC gaming laptop. You guys could charge one of these off of this. Not a problem. You could also do your tablets. If you wanted to, you could even charge another power station if you really had to. Not sure why you would do that, but you could if you really needed to. You have the different variations. Now, the cool part about the 2000 plus that you guys may not know is you can actually connect up the 500X solar panel to this. That means you guys can actually set this up and start charging with the 500X. I love that they made that capable and acceptable for this. So you do have the variants of doing that with this device if you need to with the 500X solar panel. Your 520 watt refrigerator with this battery can do, of course, like 6.5 hours on a 520 watt refrigerator. Your coffee maker, those coffee makers are like your espresso machines, 550 watts or so. 5.5 hours runtime with that. Your microwave, 1160 watt microwave, 3 hours. So you have different runtimes, and I'm talking about the 4000 kit. So it's a beautiful kit. I will tell you though, this weighs a little bit. It's just one of those things. It's got a little bit of weight to it. So 62 pounds by itself. You add that battery, of course, and you have more weight in there. It's just one of those pieces. So a little bit of weight that ain't gonna, bother some people. The max power, like I said, 3,000 watts of clean power. That's going to be like your pure sine wave. And pure sine wave means no spikes in the actual power. It's just a clean flat line. So 3,000 watts of clean power. If you want to, though, you guys can peak at 6,000. That's going to be like your welding machines, where you're not worried about the clean power going through it. So you have that option as well. Now, with the battery, though, if you guys are like CPAP machine users, 300 hours of runtime with the battery connected up, 24 hours with that 200 watt PC, about 4 hours with your 1150 watt window AC. Ranging, your microwaves like we just talked about, or of course your movie projector nights, about 28 hours with the 100 watt movie projector. 60 watt portable freezer, about 52-ish hours. Mini fridge, I think the mini fridge is anywhere from 25 to 28 hours at 90 watts. So you have the variant there as well. Your electric tea kettles, those are usually around 600 to 800 watts. So you're going to range anywhere from 3.5 to maybe 4 hours of runtime. Your hair dryer, unfortunately, your hair dryers are only going to get 2 hours off this double pack setup. Your Tigger MIG welder is going to give you a little over an hour and a quarter of runtime with this extra battery. You add all of those extra batteries and your runtime is going to go up and up and up. So you guys could do your metal shop, your wood shops, and everything off of this. The electric sump pumps, like your little electric pumps that's going to keep the water out of your basement. 40 hours of runtime off of this kit, the 4000 kit. 120 cell phone charges off of this full kit. If you really need to make a phone call off your iPhone, 120 charges is there. So it's a really great kit at a great price point. Like you're going to get the station, the battery that's sitting on it, 2 of the 200-watt solar panels for $2,600. That means you guys can also use that 5% discount code that we have for you and get an extra 5% off. It's a great price point, a great deal, and a phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal station. That will definitely run your houses, guys, if you need with that, so you have that option. Any questions from anybody? Harper, hello, how are you doing? I love the little dragon or frog symbols. Definitely, you can go with that, Charlie. Definitely slay with the system. All right. We still have 15 minutes or so of runtime. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to bring the large solar panel closer to us. I'm going to move up to the large battery here. I'm moving this out. So we're going to show you guys this panel one more time. I'm bringing it front and forward. So bear with me as I grab it because I want to show you guys this in full capability. So we're going to do this. This is the new 500X solar panel. Now, you guys are probably seeing part of it cut off. Fold it up. This is how thick it is. This is probably a little over 2 inches thick. Now, this is actually 6 panels altogether. Each panel is an 85-watt panel that's connected by an Anderson clip. If you want to, and this is a bifacial solar panel, so you can spread it out and start getting solar panel from both sides. Now, this back blue side is going to be the side that you're going to angle towards the ground or away from the sun. The reflection will still pick up light with this. Now, fully waterproof, water resistant with this device, right? So let's actually close this. Let's turn it around. We're not going to fold out all of these, so we're just going to do like a couple of these pieces. Now, right here, you guys can actually see the hinges. These hinges are removable. So you guys can actually do the solar panels by itself. They're 85 watts of charging capability by itself. Link them all together, you have that 500 watts. It does take 4 screws. You will have to mount all of these together with this actual piece. This is a beautiful solar panel. It's a great option. Now, this solar panel can and is acceptable to be plugged onto the 2000 plus system. That's why I brought it forward. Now, the variants, guys, if you want to connect it up, it's going to have the 8020 adapter plug. This is your cabling that comes with it. So that's actually kind of cool there. So you have that option to use this cable, 9.5-foot length. It's a great length of cable. If you guys need an extender, they actually offer extenders out there. They make a 16.5-foot cable extenders for these systems if you need them. Cool part is if you want, you guys can use a Y splitter, connect up 2 of these 500s, guys, right? If you actually have a system that can handle that much power, like the 5000 plus. Now, the 5000 plus can handle over 1200 watts of solar panel through the low pass section. So it's a really, really cool little panel right there. That's why I brought it forward. So any questions, guys? I'm kind of blocking all the systems anyway. All right, let's move this down. I also don't want it to fall. We're going to set this back here. We're going to leave it on the ground for right now. All right, we're going to show you guys the 5000 one more time before we go. So we're going to do the 5000 system one last time because it is an amazing, amazing system. We're also not going to laugh at my shorts. Come on, guys. Don't laugh at my shorts. Let's go down here. This is the 5000. This is their newest system that just released very shortly ago, less than a week ago. This 5000 system is $3,499 tonight, but there's a $500 clippable coupon. On that clippable coupon, you can also use the 5% discount code. Now with this is 5,040 watt hours of power in a device of 132 pounds. It is still LiFePO4 cell. It is built with cell-to-body technology, so this actually shrinks down the size and the weight of the piece. On the front, you have 4 of your AC outlets. Those 4 AC outlets are going to do 120 volts. They're going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power. But if you really need to, guys, 14,400 is your max. Now with this though, you also have 2 USB-C ports, 100 watts charging capable, 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts charging capable as well. This is the only device that they make so far that does 240 volt plugs. You actually have 2 of these on the side. So you have your NEMA 1430 and your NEMA 1450. 240 volt plugs over there that also do 120 volts as well if you need to. That means you guys can plug in your house dryers or washers onto this system. Now, you have 2 large 3-inch wheels and then you have 2 casters on the bottom. Above that, you have your AC expansion slot. That AC slot on this 5000 plus system is meant for your manual transfer switch or your smart transfer switch. Your runtime will vary on this system depending on the products you're connecting up to it. So we can kind of go into some of the pieces that can actually run off this and all of the variants with this. Now, it does have a large aluminum handle. This piece can actually run a window AC for about 4.5 to 5 hours. That's going to be like 1100 watt window AC, right? Your electric heater, about 10 hours of runtime. Your dryer's about 3 hours. Your fridges will vary. So, like your 520 watt double door refrigerator, if you're not opening it all the time, it's not going to consistently run. It only kicks on when the temperature gets to a certain point. So you could get up to technically about 4 hours or so with this. Now, your 60 watt flat screen TV, all the way up to about 2 days of runtime with that. Now remember, this is actually calculated based on your average daily electricity usage during blackouts in America. So that's how they calculate some of the stuff. If you purchase the 5,000 plus system, there's actually a BOGO out there, a free gift called the protective cover, limited to the first 50 purchases. So unfortunately, if you purchase anything after the 50, you're not going to get that BOGO. Now, like I said, the price right here, guys, is $29.99, I think it is. There's a $500 clippable coupon if you use it, so $29.99. 5% discount code if you guys really want to. Or you can get the 500 plus that, the 5,000 plus that 500 watt solar panel I just showed you for like $4,299. There's also a $600 clippable coupon. Is acceptable to use the 5% off code as well. The full kit, though, that's what we're going to talk about. Let's go to product page. This full kit. This is like a $6,000 price tag. There's a $1,000 coupon, which you guys can see right there. Click it and get it another $1,000 off. So you're going to bring it down to $4,999. Use the other 5% off. But what are you getting? You're getting the 5,000 plus system. You're getting 2 of the 500 watt solar panels, those 500X solar panels. You're also going to get the smart transfer switch. Now that smart transfer switch is a $1,700 product alone. Now that smart transfer switch will allow up to 14,400 watts of pass-through power. Now with that, it's going to allow you to connect up 2 of these 5,000 plus systems. The smart transfer switch does have 12 individually circuit boards or circuit places to put circuits. It will take an electrician to install this to connect it to your electric panel in your house, unless you're a certified electrician. Now, like there's that BOGO. So, guys, most of these kits for the 5,000 has that BOGO, free gift protective cover. That's going to allow you to use it in like rain and other pieces, which is kind of cool. Right here, it's showing you guys with this as well. Now, it's showing you guys the 240 volt, 120 volt running washers and dryers connected up in a garage for you. Now, we have a 0 milliseconds of switchover. That 0 seconds of switchover means there's no latency on the power switched over, so you don't have to worry about your computers losing any power, so you don't lose your data, which is actually very, very beautifully well done. So that is, of course, the 3 options of the 5000. Now, we showed you guys a bunch of amazing products. We showed you guys a bunch of amazing solar panels. We showed you guys a bunch of crazy deals. Now remember though, there's that banner right there that says best price guaranteed. That banner guarantees you these prices are going to be the best you see until the 2nd of December. If you see it at a discounted price lower than what you see today, reach out to customer service and they will refund you that difference that you are seeing there. So you have that with that on hand. Now, we also have that 5% discount code, which I'll have Lois reshare in chat for you guys. That is the BF Live 1500 code. If anything over $1,500, you guys can take 5% off of those purchases. Now, unfortunately, that discount code is exclusive. It excludes the 1000 V2, the 1000 V2 and 200 watt solar panel, and the 2000 V2. Andre, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now you're going to see the rotating banner also down there, and that's because those rotating banners are your deals of the day. First and foremost, the 1000 V2 is $349. $349 is a crazy, crazy price point. It's normally like an $800 price. That's that 1000 V2. You guys can get the 1000 V2 and the 200 watt solar panel for $699 today. That's another great, great deal for you. Or you can get the 2000 V2 for like $791. So that's a very phenomenal deal, but you do need that discount code. That code is going to be BFE 2000 V2, and you'll put that in your cart when you're purchasing to get, of course, that $791 price point. That's a 53% savings. That's a large, large savings for you guys. So with that, guys, we have come to the end of our show. Now, with that being said, I will be back tomorrow morning at, I believe, 10 o'clock Eastern for another show. So you guys are going to see another beautiful show from us. So from 10 to 2 Eastern time, so you guys will definitely see us then. We will also be back tomorrow night as well. We're going to be doing a bunch of Black Friday shows for you guys with all of these products and having a bunch of fun. So with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with an exit video, but I want to thank everybody for following. We hope you guys hit that live notification button, and we'll see you guys on the next show. With that, guys, have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you on the next.